I am surprisingly shy in real life. I have danced like that, yes. Alright, let's resume where we were. I don't remember what we were doing, but, trying to catch the Zodiac Killer. Oh, and we had to present her with something. And I have no idea what we're presenting her. I saw it about the candy bar that was really old. And you got mild food poisoning. At this point, I'm pretty sure it's mental because I'm feeling it in my stomach, but... Piece of fabric like this in your bag, did you not, Miss Scone? I'll be a somewhat grimier one. Wait, how rude. You wouldn't give people corporate your advice to live in history like that, young man. I'll call it a dish towel then? Phew. I coughed. I spilled, she says. Cheek, that's a piece of highly specialized luminous cloth. I probably shouldn't have told you that. I think I'd like to know a little more about this highly specialized luminous. I think we already did that. You're presented with this? You read the Ultimate Cookbook, Miss Scone? Of course I have. I'm a pharmacist, you know, even if I do wear a big pink hat. It's so cool you're a pharmacist. So do I, dearie. So do I. Aren't you, sweetheart? My little tooth decay. When were you interested in pharmaceuticals? Shh, I'm working on magic, Mr. Edgeworth. Butter her up so she'll do what I want. Hey, Miss Scone, Felicia, I was wondering if you could maybe... No, how many times you cheeky little imp? What's your name decided? I can't change it. Thanks, so much for the sneaky approach. What kind of great thief am I? Not a very good one. Maybe you can make a lamp out of rock salt. Well, she can, dear. You wouldn't want to get wet, but it's fireproof. Never so sturdy. You're enough to make it for a surprisingly good murder weapon, in fact. Yeah. You know that's because the bulb in this lamp probably broke because it was used in murder. And what happened to the other one? And we gotta present her with something. Hi, Treeborn. Sure, dear, I do know how to make poison gas. Like someone knows how to hold a gun doesn't mean they've shot anybody now, does it? Why is everybody throwing Legos at me today? I'm not accusing Miss Scone. She's right, you know. Just because I'm a great thief doesn't mean I can't do good. Exactly, dear. And just because I'm a confectioner doesn't mean I can cook. Sure, that only applies to fake confectioners. Yeah, I made a food poison myself, Treeborn. I am a genius. Alright, so I'll tell it again. Right before stream, I noticed that I had left my protein shake that I made this morning out of soy milk and protein powder sitting on my counter for 12 hours. And my first instinct was, oh, I cannot let this go to waste, and I drank it immediately. No, I've been trying to eat a little bit more because I keep losing weight. I've been trying to eat just a little bit more. And so I added protein powder and a little protein shake to my, I started adding a little bit of protein powder to my soy milk in the morning. But I forgot to drink it this morning. I need protein. What is this? Oh, you really do carry some cute rubbish around with you, don't you, Miles Smiles? What I can do is cover whipped cream for you. I'm gonna sprinkle a few. There'll be no need for that. Thank you, Miss Scone. Okay, that's completely useless. Okay, no good. Sherbet? She's not liking any of this stuff. I mean, that's just sugar, though. Oh, those are Moody Judas chocolates, aren't they? Oh, but dear me, they're all a bit melted. You're supposed to eat them before that happens, you know, you silly Billy. Actually, they were already like this when she gave them to us. Maybe she was taken in by your sweet face and became all hot and bothered. How mousy smiles? Hey, Faraday, I think you never call me that again. Look at that, a picture of silly old me. That's right, you seem to have caught the artist's eye. You lovely Laurie Lampkin? I have to have a word with him and say thanks. Now I'll be glad to introduce you. And there's Evil Smirk. Cookie rubbish, blah blah blah. Alright, good night, Kilma Stern. Sleep well. Thank you for joining us for bed. Hope you have good dreams and have a lovely day tomorrow, okay? Alright, I'm not getting anything out of her. So what are we missing? Oh, I forgot about Larry. Wait, he's done. There's a man and woman in old-timey clothes. Paul Halik make these as well? Yes, it seems he created them later in his life, once he has begun to make a name for himself. So I pushed him to sculpt the two of them as ancient gods, and he couldn't say no to his beloved. I don't know, maybe. Titles, beautiful goddess, Venus, and her humble servant. Talk about putting your goddess on a little pedestal. I'm missing something. I don't know what. Yeah, I know, my time zone's a little bit rough for people in Europe. I made you guys come at all. But I'm very appreciative. Hey, Miles Reno, what's the situation with the investigation? Things are progressing. I think a fuller picture of what happened is beginning to emerge. Good to hear. Guess I better step up my game too, then. He seems to have a lot in common with the incident from 18 years ago. And how? It's got a lot. Nothing statues in the winter wing, and even the murder victim's body. How do I even figure out what the body has gone missing? Well, thank you. Alright, yeah, sleep well. Go to bed. It's late. Frost has no family apart from his son. And well, the kid kind of vanished. Nobody's seen him since around the time of the incident. Gusto's son, too. Him and his best pal from school both just up and disappeared. What? And they were never found? Gusto's boy wasn't. Not as far as I heard, anyway, huh? His Frost kid turned up in the end, though. He collected his inheritance at some point. Yeah, with no family around just after the incident. Frost got no funeral, no nothing. No need for the police to release the body, and no need for anybody to find out they didn't have it. Filed their fake autopsy report, nobody was any the wiser. Well, almost nobody. So I can't believe Mr. Von Karma would have stooped so low. Tell me, Fender, what kind of person is Miss Bound? Huh? Wait a minute. Tell me you got a thing for her, Milester. I do not. Chill, I'm just yanking your chain. But what can I say about Judes? Well, she's a real brave trooper, for one. What else she calls someone who waits around for 18 whole years like she has for Samson? Even after his extended family kicked her out of this place. What? They threw her out? Yep, Judes wasn't technically part of the family, so there was nothing she could do. She had nothing, nobody, and no job after Samson took the fall. She had no choice but to take what he taught her and make her own way in showbiz. She's retired from all that now, though. Yes, why did she retire? She finally made enough to buy the old place back. She even got the ultimate cookbook back from the Tangrove group after they basically stole it. Oh, there we go. Last piece. Gus's face and everything to do with it was all she ever cared about. She wanted it back. All of it. She seems very sympathetic to Miss Bound's plight. But from a less charitable perspective, she has, in a way, taken everything of Miss Tangrove for herself. Alright, now we connect the things. The Ultimate Cookbook contains instructions on how to create the poison gas. current owner of that book is none other than Miss Judy Bound. No, what you mean? I'm afraid I do. Miss Bound would have been perfectly capable of setting up the gas trap. Finally, completely, she's been lying to us. Bloop. That's that. All that's left now is to wait the results of the test on the teapot. Well, we were almost there last night. We would just kept going a little bit longer. It's fine. I wasn't so good. I am feeling a little bit better, other than, you know, the possible food poisoning. But I am, I'm still hurting a little bit. Just not quite as bad. So I think as long as I continue mending, I'll be okay. Yeah, it's much more tolerable today, so hopefully I'll make the whole stream. Take this one. I'm pretty sure we're about to... Well, no, we got testimony part 1 and probably testimony part 2. That may or may not be it. We're running out of suspects. This was just going to come in, sir. Tracy Bigbeam were found in the teapot. That they were? That Mr. Edwards said. Curse you, better not think this means you beat me. We need to drop this obsession with coming in first, Mr. Winter. We're all on the same side here, remember? We're all trying to get to the truth. What? But first is best. Everybody knows it's better than to be a winner than a loser. That's really no way for a prosecutor to think. Not a successful one, anyway. What? But I... Enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Please refrain from taunting the boy. Ignore him, Eustace. He isn't worthy of your attention. Gavel. Oh, alright. If you protect your kids from being criticized ever, they're just going to end up being spoiled. I want to take care of things here for now. Meantime, you can perform the far more important task of going and checking on the victim. Oh, yeah, good idea. I'll be right back. Excellent, we shall see you shortly then. Mr. Winter's annoying but totally harmless. Judge Gavel, on the other hand. Now, perhaps you could explain why traces of Bigbeam were found in your teapot. I'm also going to do a quick Google search. Drank 12 hour. No, I don't want to give a brief survey about Chrome. Oh, soy milk. Unlikely to cause serious harm, especially if it's properly refrigerated and handled. Alright. In my experience, stomach cramps, diarrhea, or vomiting. Huh. Well, I mean, it's not the milk that gets you, it's the bacteria. Miss Bound, perhaps you could explain why traces of Bigbeam were found in your teapot. I had no idea there was anything like that in there. Perhaps it's one of the ingredients in the dishwashing soap I use? You're telling us the court that you did not intentionally put your Bigbeam in the teapot? Yes, exactly. Why would I? Today I had no idea that it could even be used to make poison gas. Objection! You're a trained actress, are you not, Miss Bound? I'd have thought you would have be a more convincing liar. Well, what do you mean? You have access to the Ultimate Cookbook, correct? The book that just happens to contain instructions on how to create the poison gas used in the attack? I mean, it's perfectly possible for you to know exactly how to make it. You're very well informed, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Bound, is what Mr. Edgeworth said true? The book does contain information on how to make the poison gas, yes. But the fact that I have seen it doesn't make me guilty. Not exactly how the gas was triggered. Yeah, they're buffed by the protein to attack my stomach better. Used to blowtorch to heat the lid of one of the display cases, thereby melting the Bigbeam. Yeah, I see. He locked himself in the room too, didn't he? So that and the fact that he triggered it himself wouldn't point to being a suicide attempt? He's not willing to admit anything. Furthermore, where would I have gotten a hold of the Investicide Ultra? I don't know. Perhaps you stole it. You know, I did bump into Moody Judy a week or so ago. And that very evening, I noticed my pesticide ultra was going missing. To Judy, surely you didn't. Alicia, you carry your bag of pharmaceuticals with you everywhere, don't you? There would have been any number of opportunities for someone other than myself to steal it from you. That's true. Now I have any hard evidence that it definitely was Miss Pound who stole it. Judy, there's clearly something you're not telling us. Why don't you just come clean, I forgot to put it in, Zelric. I just accepted it. Is there a time limit on it? We all know you'd never hurt somebody for no reason, so... Yeah, like I said, I wasn't feeling great yesterday, so I pretty much went straight to bed after. Not you too. You think I'm guilty as well, Mr. Fender? You blame me? We got one wing disguised as another, a gas trap in one of the display cases. You're the proprietor of the establishment. I still get a lot like you did it, kiddo. You've got this all wrong. You have to remember, the gallery doesn't have any security cameras nor any security personnel. What if it's Frost's son? And some ill-intentioned person or other wanted to get in undetected. I don't think they'd have much of a problem. But she's the one that moved the body. Wow, you practically asked to be burglarized. You need to be more careful. The great thief could have field day in here. I don't think she's joking. Actually, it seems that Mr. Gusto did, in fact, enter the gallery before it opened. Sheesh. Sheesh. She's one tough cookie. She's not budging an inch. Well, maybe it's time to rock a little technique fairy tales back in the day. What technique might that be? Hear me out. Everything's connected to what happened 18 years back, yeah? Since we're not getting anywhere by focusing only on the here and now, we ought to approach this from a different angle and look at the past for clues instead. Turnabout thinking. So my father used to think this method as well. Alright, let's run this through the old Thinkertron. How was Judy involved in what happened back then? According to Miss Bound, it was because of her that Miss Frost flavored ice sculptures melted. And sculptures are here on display at this very gallery today. Is it possible that she... Thank you, Fender. I think I know what I need to ask Miss Bound now. Don't thank me. Thank your pops. Now take it away, Mousy. I'll grab the popcorn. Just don't eat your notebook. Miss Bound, you say that you were the one who caused Mr. Frost's creation to melt 18 years ago, correct? I'm afraid so. I was young and foolish, and it was a terrible accident. Yeah, what you did allowed you to open this exhibit, no? What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? If you're going to ask such questions, perhaps a formal testimony from Miss Bound might be the best. Yes, perhaps it might. I'd like to know a little more about Zodiac Hall. About why Miss Bound decided to dedicate the space to Mr. Frost's works. Very well, if you believe it to be relevant to the case, I will allow it. Miss Bound, would you mind? Not at all. I'll do whatever it takes to prove that I'm innocent. Please, if you could give us some background on Zodiac Hall and the piece on display here. It took 18 years, but at long last, I was finally able to buy Samson's home back a little while ago. Looks like this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it all into an art gallery. And I collected as many Paul Leak pieces as I could from around the world. If I'm honest, it's always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work. Thank you for testimony, Miss Bound. How wonderful is it that you were able to fulfill your dream. Mr. Edgeworth, everything seems entirely above board to me. Just Gabble, that was simply the witness's preliminary statement. I surely know the value of that testimony cannot be evaluated without a thorough cross-examination. Haha, spoken like a true attorney. Very well. You may do what you must. It took 18 years, but at long last, I was finally able to buy Samson's home back a little while ago.
Hold it!
18 years. You must have gone through a lot to buy it back, Miss Bound. This home, this place, those memories abound. I couldn't stand to lose what I had found. She burst into song. Samson, I did what I had to do. See that home was waiting here for you. I just make it look so easy. I'll say, but I wouldn't expect any less from a trained triple threat performer. You continue with testimony, Miss Bound. My sing, if you please. Looks like this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery.
Hold it!
You managed the gallery by yourself, Miss Bound? Yes, well, we only opened today, so I haven't done any much actual mansion yet, but I have to keep the mansion going. Can't have it falling down around my ears. Sam's going home any day, after all. Should have got the house back for him. So sorry, Judy. I wish I could have done more. Oh, you've done plenty, Mr. Fender. You wish I have done more. It's me. The only thing I can do right now is to keep this place safe for Samson. That end, I collected as many Paul Halik pieces as I could from around the world.
Hold it!
Paul Halik. That was Mr. Frost's pseudonym, correct? Yes. He adopted it while he was working as a sculptor in France. I see. I'm curious about some of the pieces in your collection. More specifically, how are you able to acquire the Taurus and Gemini sculptures? It's my understanding that Mr. Frost died before he complete them. Yes, I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures he made. Really? Perhaps you could go into some more detail on that. So I'm honest, it's always been something I've been in mind to open that space to get to his work.
Hold it!
Tell more about this dream of yours, Miss Bound. Well, what I really wanted was to open a gallery with Samson, of course. She's gonna start dancing again, singing again. Gallery of dance, gallery of song, gallery of gaiety and candy all day long. That's the idea, anyway. And here I thought art was to be appreciated in silence, not accompanied by musical numbers. It can be both. People appreciate things in different ways. Last, Mr. Tango transgressed against the edicts of the goddess of justice. Not such that part of the dream may go permanently unfulfilled. No, Samson he's innocent. The prosecutor refused to listen, but it's true. He never hurt anybody. Mr. Tango gave a false confession in order to protect Miss Bound. Two of them really did what they could to protect one another, didn't they? I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on the photos and sculptures he made.
Hold it!
Those photos you mentioned, you mean the ones you yourself took in Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago? Yes. So you know a lot about what happened back then, Mr. Edgeworth. So the statues in the Winter Wing were just copies? And I didn't even get to see them before they melted? The sculptures in question were definitely not replicas. Which means that Miss Bound is lying. I know, it's such an awful shame. And we went to trouble to recreate them too. Hopefully the Winter Wing weren't replicas. They're the very ones from 18 years ago. Make sure I'm aware of that or I'll never get the truth. Let's see.
Objection!
Nope, didn't work. No good. There's a suspicion. Searching for an admission. But you won't get one. No, you won't get one. I almost started dancing along. Try for an encore, shall we? You wouldn't mind, Miss Bound? Nope, no good. I take a look at my latest dance routine instead. I'm quite proud of it. Your dance routines have nothing to do with this case, Miss Brown. But neither does that piece of evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Shall I continue?
Objection!
Nope, this is no good either. Ah, why am I'm blanking on this? My brain is just no good, I think. Oh,
Objection!
I'm dumb. I didn't go. I should have gone last page. I'm afraid you've run out of road, Miss Bound. You can lie all you like, but you can't deny the results of the tests conducted on the sculpture's remains. And those tests leave no room for ambiguity. What you had on display weren't replicas, they were the very statues Mr. Frost carved 18 years ago. I could probably explain how the help worked out if you'd like, dear. It's a sugar, you see. You might think sugar is sugar. It's sugar, but the composition is actually very unique. You probably recreate statues, but sweet secret there's chemical makeup? No chance. And thank you, Miss Cone. I don't recall asking for her help, but still. To put it simply, statues didn't disappear back then because they melted. They disappeared because you spirited them away and kept them hidden for these 18 long years. Ah! What? You got a pair of favorite ice sculptures around somewhere for all that time? And it's not the most out there idea in the world. Assuming you had a big enough icebox.
Overruled.
Quiet, all of you. Miss Bound, have you anything to say in your defense? So you've already learned that much? I take that to mean you admit to having hidden the flavored ice sculptures in question? No, I admit to no such thing. You haven't proven that I was the one who took those statues away. And you won't, because it would have been impossible for me to do so in the first place. These were already here when they disappeared. How could I have done it without them noticing? How indeed? I don't know exactly how you did it. I'm not far from ready to say that it was impossible for you to have stolen them away. A very persistent man, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm indeed. Hi, Pixels! And I won't stop until I get to the truth. I see. I'd better tell you exactly what I did that day, 18 years ago. The whole time before judging began, I was waiting upstairs in our living room area on standby. In judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. Before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Later on, when you father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve the tea to everybody present. That's when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost's room. Those were my movements on the day it all happened. I see how you could take issue with any of that. That's for us to decide, Miss Bound. You're saying there's a contradiction in her story, Mr. Edgeworth? Holy crap! I finally put it together. When the kids and Edward Sr. were there to serve tea, the plates were ice cold. They were ice cold because there was an old ice sculpture underneath the cloth. All those years ago. I'm more focused on the fact she didn't steal the statues. Especially as when did she would have had the opportunity to do so? If I can pinpoint that, then I might be able to prove exactly what she got up to. I see! A little time before judging began, I was waiting upstairs in our living area on standby.
Hold it!
What were you doing while you were waiting? Hi, Tay! Let me wave more. Hi. I was in my room practicing some dance routines. I was on a TV show called Bacon Bob with Samson, you see. Bacon Bob, what kind of show was it? It was a children's show. The two of them would sing and dance as they made a variety of sweets. Whoa, that sounds awesome. Hold on, Miles, you used to watch it. My father introduced me to it. I may have watched an episode or two. That's impressive. Miss Bound has passed the time before judging began by practicing her dance routines. The moment Miss Bound stole the sculptures? No. That can't have been the moment she did it. I better listen carefully to what she says. In judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson.
Hold it!
Were you the only one who was able to move around freely during the judging? Well, I wouldn't say freely exactly, but I was able to move around more easily than the contestants, yes. Switching my water. I have a new water flavor today. So I think it's blueberry lemon. It's supposed to be like a calming one. Since I'm usually so hyper and energetic, some calming liquid might be helpful. I could probably have spirited the sculpture away while Samson was standing right there, could I? I ran straight off to change the film as soon as he asked me, so I wouldn't have had time. In the film in the camera, as requested by Mr. Tangaroa. This is the moment when Miss Bound stole those cave sculptures? Not the moment. Came in the moment she did, but let's go. I mean, maybe we should pick the right one. I take the camera back to Miss Samson. I discovered Mr. Frost's body.
Hold it!
In the room containing Mr. Tangaroa's work before bringing the camera back to him, correct? Yes, I heard the sound of something collapsing. Samson, are you in here? Ah! Found this chocolate chip falling over after certain someone took a bite out of one of the sports. Mr. Tangaroa was still in Mr. Gustro's room when you found the body? Yes, I'm fairly sure that was the case. He was judging each room in order and liked to take his time. So the point at which you discovered Mr. Frost's body. This the moment when Miss Bound stole the sculptures? Not the moment. Can't be the moment she did it. And when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds to serve tea to everybody. So I saw Mr. Gusto enter Mr. Frost's room.
Hold it!
Exactly, you see Mr. Gusto enter the victim's room. It's while your father and the others were investigating the room where the body was found. He said he went in there to get back a photo of him and Frost and their kids. Because he didn't want anybody to suspect they'd been working together, right? Pretty sloppy to get spotted, though. If not, great thief material. I think Mr. Gusto could live with that, to be honest. So the moment when Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room. It's the moment when Miss Bound stole the sculptures? Not the moment. It had been the moment she did it. I better listen carefully to what she says. No, when Miss Bound would have been able to steal the sculptures. It was her best window of opportunity. Being a great thief like me would have an inkling, but I'm drawing a blank here. If you want to get to the bottom of this, you need to grill her harder. Let's get to it. We're right behind you, big man. Alright. Alright, press here.
Hold it!
She did today? Yes, I went around and offered everybody working on the investigation a cup of tea. Has the company included. I remember it well. You were here, there, upstairs, downstairs, everywhere with that little card of yours. Interesting. Did anything strike you as strange around that time? Yeah, Greg was singing the praises of Judy's tea, and he mentioned his saucer was cold. Saucer was cold. Told you. The moment Miss Bound stole the ice sculptures? Miss Bound, I believe this is when you stole the sculptures. I hate to contradict you, but the room was full of witnesses at that point, Mr. Fender included. Are you suggesting that I somehow got the sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room, right under everyone's noses? That's precisely what I'm suggesting. So those ice sculptures, and she did it by hiding them here. Boop, boop, boop.
Take that!
My father and Fender had no idea that one of the sculptures was mere inches away from them. Because it wasn't just a tea set you were pushing around, Miss Bound, but a hidden ice sculpture in a glass case. Ah! Such a thing would have been impossible. How would a case of that size fit on a serving cart? It would have been spotted immediately.
Objection!
You say anything about a serving cart? Well, I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you suggesting she use instead? Suggesting that Miss Bound use this to transport the sculptures.
Take that!
And this is... it's a cart. Flatbed cart. Flatbed. Cart that Miss Bound used with the flavored ice sculpture out of Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago. And it appears that very same cart is still here with us in this fountain room. Right there. We originally bought it for use in the contest. And you're saying that Miss Bound loaded Mr. Frost's sculptures on this cart and carried them off? I am. So you imagine all one would need to do is lay the case on its side and add a tablecloth. It looks exactly like a normal serving cart. I'm going to move the sculptures around freely. Can it be? Holy moly, of course! That's why those saucers were so chilly. I'll thank you for the pets. They were sitting on top of a big block of ice. Shoots, how could you? Impressive. Then again, you are Mr. Great Gregory Edgeworth's son. I should have expected no less. There's a scrap of evidence that I stole the sculptures all those years ago now. And yet, I knew that no matter what I said or did, I'd always be under a cloud of suspicion. So you admit it? You admit that you stole them from Mr. Frost's room? Yes, I do. Took the sculptures in their glass cases out of that room 18 years ago. And Mr. Edwards correctly deduced I dressed up the lift cart as a serving cart to do it. I slipped in and out of Mr. Frost's room while I was going around serving tea to everybody. Then I removed not only the sculptures, but the flavored ice Zodiac blocks as well. Zodiac blocks? I feel like I've seen them for myself before. There's a block of ice on display here. Must be incredibly heavy, though maybe not. What with it being hollow on the inside? It really is exact replica of Mr. Frost's room from 18 years ago. And even though my father never saw them because they'd already melted. Zodiac block must have been in the victim's room back then as well. And I finished moving the 2 ice sculptures and the 2 Zodiac blocks out. I took 2 fresh empty cases to Mr. Frost's room and put them where the other original 2 had been. While the sculptures had been kept in glass cases, you see, to prevent them from being damaged. Blocks were a little more robust, so they had been displayed as is. As stated in the contest rules, we were responsible for providing all display materials, including cases. It would have been easy for her to prepare those empty spaces she swapped in. Mr. Frost's room contained quite a few other flavored ice works in progress. If I melted them down somehow, the resulting puddle looked like it came from the sculptures. That's how the sculptures from 18 years ago came to be in the Winter Ring today. I say, Mr. Edgeworth, that's quite the confession. Indeed, I think she offered it so willingly because she knows there's nothing we can do with it. That's all I have to tell you. Now, despite everything I've shared, you can't charge me with anything now, can you? What? How did you figure that? Oh my. Statute of limitations up. I would have thought you might know at least this much, given we're at a crime scene. I suggest you memorize the various statutes of limitations outlined in this book. Statutes of what? Simply put, K. Prosecutors only have a certain amount of time within which they can put a suspect on trial for a given crime. Also, thank you for the pets. I appreciate it, Croza. Take a close look, shall we? Theft, 7 years. Murder, 15 years. I mean, I thought that would stay up a little bit longer, but it didn't. So it's different. Wait, hold on. Is it for every crime? Murder, 15 years ago, theft, 7 years? Ah. Yes, they found stole the ice sculpture 18 years ago. It was too late to have her arrested for that crime. I don't believe it. That's a serious matter, especially when it involves the removal of evidence from a crime scene. I'll look closer at this. Where is it? Statute is suspended from any of the time of any accomplice indictment to the end of the trial. How many years has it been? Because he's been indicted. Has it been 18 years? If that means this one's up too. Even with this extra year. It's been 15 years, and then she's not out. She's not clear. She could go down for murder. If it's been exactly 15 years, the statute of limitations isn't up. That's a serious matter, especially when it involves the removal of evidence from a crime scene. However, as yourself just pointed out, Miss Bound can no longer be prosecuted for a crime. Finding your revelation rather pointless, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Objection!
Heh, I wouldn't be so sure about that. You see, the theft of the ice sculptures isn't my principal interest here. I find the body that reappeared 18 years after the theft to be of considerably more interest. Are you suggesting that I also hid Mr. Frost's body? I am indeed. How do you keep a body hidden for 18 years without anybody finding it? Hiding it in a very unusual way. Now, this is interesting. Tell me you know where the body has been for all this time, Mr. Edgeworth? That's a big leap if you think about it. What happened? Miss Brown has told us already. Let's just say it wasn't just flavored ice that she removed from Mr. Frost's room back then. Very well. Your confidence claim, let's put it to the test. Tell me, Mr. Edwards, where exactly was Mr. Frost's body hidden?
Take that!
Photograph Mr. Frost works. And of the victim's body, Your Honor. You will have to forgive me, but I don't see what you mean. Where exactly is photographic Mr. Frost's body? His body's hanging right here. It's either here or here. I want to say it's here.
Take that!
The gymnast sculpture. Yes, it may look like a sculpture at first glance. It is in fact Mr. Frost's corpse. Well, sure you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Oh, you guys probably haven't seen that movie. It's old. I don't see anything in the photograph to support such a wild claim.
Objection!
My dad quoted that movie all the time. That's why I know all the lines from it. That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to hide the body in plain sight. What piece of evidence might that be? Court demands you present what was used to conceal the body.
Take that!
Will it cost in the auto wing? Yes, when it's made to glow in just the right way. It's so visually convincing you might mistake it for ice. Isn't that right, Miss Scone? Oh yes, dear. But you can make it look just about anything, really. Even blazing fire. And the right shade of blue would make it look like ice, yes. Exactly like it, in fact.
Overruled!
Is it not the case that a certain special device needed to generate these colors, though?
Objection!
Hey, if you care to take another look at the photograph of the winter wing, Your Honor. You notice there is a small box connected to the bottom of the Gemini display case. So that's one of the very light-emitting devices in question. In fact, Gumshoe even confirmed his presence. In fact, this particular device went missing 18 years ago. Back then, it was no doubt firmly connected to the cloth inside the display case. Which means Miss Bound had no choice but to take it with her when she removed the sculpture. So you see, this cloth and light-emitting device were being used to create the illusion that Mr. Frost's body was in fact a statue carved from ice. No! This can't be! Wait, so you're telling me that when we took that photo of us in the winter wing? Yes, we were standing right in front of the body. The body and the cloth were both recovered from the fountain. Or were they found there if the body was supposed to be in the winter wing, disguised as a sculpture?
Objection!
Because there would have been no mystery as to how the body had been hidden if we had found it as is. It's found needed to remove Mr. Frost from the winter wing in order to throw us off the scent.
Overruled!
Ridiculous. I don't recall her sneaking around behind our backs to throw a body in the fountain. No, she didn't need to. No, she had another method at her disposal. Her trusty lift cart, the same cart that had proved so useful in executing her original theft. Well, I wish she wheeled the body into one of the other wings and floated down the stream to the fountain. The frozen body, being quite solid, probably got stuck somewhere along the way. Only the cloth appeared at first. Cloth Miss Scone discovered. And then the body followed afterwards, once it had thawed deep enough. It's an ingenious theory, Mr. Edgeworth. But, can you prove it that it was me? Seems a little unfair to expect me to accept your accusations without proof, don't you think? What about an eyewitness? Do you think someone might have spotted her when she was moving the body? As a fact, I do. In the contradiction of the piece of evidence I was provided, will shed light on exactly how Miss Bound moved the body as well. Mr. Edwards, do you have any evidence to support your allegation? Of course, I have a piece of very compelling proof right here. Then please present it to the court. What evidence do you have that proves Miss Bound acted as you claim? Bam!
Take that!
It's all coming together! More drawings? And is that me? Yes, Mr. Butts drew sketches of people as they passed through the fountain room. What I'm interested in is the cart we can see here. Miss Bound's serving cart. What about it? Hey, you don't see it? She's using the same tricks she used 18 years ago. Ergo, we know that Miss Bound was busy moving Mr. Frost's body when this picture was being drawn. What? If I may, I don't see Mr. Frost's body anywhere in that sketch. I'll see the picture of me delivering chocolates to everyone. Relief, and allow me to direct your attention to the color of the tablecloth, Miss Bound. I'd really thought that Mr. Butts had made an error, but he's assured me that couldn't possibly be the case. The tablecloth appears to be light blue. It's a shade of tablecloth that Miss Bound doesn't seem to own. Cloth only appears to be light blue due to the body hiding just underneath. What? But the shape of the cart is perfectly rectangular, just as one would expect. True, it would be immediately obvious that the tablecloth is being draped directly over the body.
Objection!
Not the body had been placed inside one of the hollow zodiac blocks in the winter wing. It's one of those on Lilith's cart, and it easily passed muster as a regular serving cart, wouldn't you agree? Goddess of justice! It's found. Surely now you must admit that it was you who moved the body, just as you did 18 years ago. Haha. I didn't expect you to deduce all that from a single, simple sketch. That sketch alone isn't really enough to prove your theory, is it? Heh, you needn't worry on that front. Our case doesn't rest solely on Mr. Butts' artwork. Once you had disposed of the body, your serving cart became a simple lift cart once more. Exactly what we discovered here in the fountain room. Without a serving cart, you had to find some place to put your chocolates. My chocolates, the ones I was handing out? As you saw in the sketch, you had originally placed them on top of the cart. The chocolates you gave us came from your pocket. Oh yeah, mine was half melted. It's still super sweet and tasty, though. Why'd you suddenly feel the need to put the chocolates in your pocket, Miss Bound? I suppose you no longer had a serving cart to put them on. That's why. Ah! One moment, please. You have explained what Miss Bound did with the chocolates in the lift cart. What about the tablecloth? Where did it go? Alright, we're gonna pause right here. It's time to go brush. I'm gonna go brush. I'll be right back. I also need to turn the light on because it's dark. And I'm scared. I'm scared. I'll be right back, okay? Ooh, just in time. I got 3, 2, 1. I gotta get my headset on. Okay, well, I'm late, but it's okay. Alright, we're back. What about the tablecloth? Where did it go? Indeed, if stashing the chocolates in her pocket was the only solution she could think of. And I was found at the time to dispose of an entire tablecloth. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an extra answer for me? Miss Bound didn't hide that they don't dispose of the tablecloth. You got thunder? Oh no. Oh, in fact, it's right here in front of us. Perhaps you would care to enlighten us. Where exactly is the tablecloth Miss Bound used to hide the body? There's doubt in my mind that it's in the fountain. There's doubt in my mind that if it were, we would have found it already, Mr. Edgeworth. A statement allows so, but there's no doubt in my mind that you made a little boo-hoo here. Heck, would seem so. You know, thinking back to the first time I ever met Judes. Her wrapping a tablecloth around her waist before going down to work. Getting out of work. Interesting. I think that might prove to be a vital clue. Yeah, maybe. Since done talking about the sales pass and finally back in this court. Look at this tablecloth. To hide the body. Miss Bound has tablecloth on her person, and in plain view, in fact. Plain view? No, sure you don't mean... Miss Bound? It's a cloth around your waist, isn't it? And given that the Zodiac box weren't kept in glass cases, that cloth would have been in direct contact with the ice. All we do is confirm my theories, test the cloth for traces of the sugar used in Mr. Frost's work. Game's up, Miss Bound. It's time to come clean. You won't need to test the tablecloth. Everything you said is true. I stole Delicious infested Ultra, and I moved Mr. Frost's body. It was me. It was all me. Delicia, I'm so sorry. Last week I went into your bag and I took it. And then, I put it in his pocket, hoping to make it look like he had tried to do it himself in. Also made sure to leave no fingerprints but yours, just in case the police suspected foul play. Judy, you. Oh gosh. But Judes, why? Weren't we supposed to be on the same side? All fighting together to defeat Samson? We were, but I couldn't afford to get arrested. Not yet. Until I'd finally proven that Samson is innocent. I always plan to give myself up in the end, I swear. I know it's easy to say that now, but... why do it this way, though? It's not like you. I'm sorry, Mr. Fender. I've caused you so much trouble. I've been the guilty party all along. Ever since that day 18 years ago. Are you trying to tell us that the true culprit in the IS-7 incident was you? I committed a terrible crime. I took those sculptures, and I stole them for purely selfish reasons. And when Mr. Frost died, they became more than mere entries in the confectionery contest. They became the final works of Samson's favorite artist. I couldn't allow them to just melt away, not before he came home. I mean, I couldn't let anybody near them, not even the police. So I hid them. I knew it was wrong, but I just had to. So I put them in the cold storage room for safekeeping. What I actually done was far worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. Because who would have thought that Mr. Frost's body itself was posing as one of the sculptures? So she didn't know about the body when she stole the sculptures? Samson is a kind man, a saint. He could never kill anybody, never. And yet because of what I did, the police never found Mr. Frost's body. And Samson was found guilty. Wait, so she didn't kill him? After all he'd done for me, he was my family. The only family I've ever had. He was the most important person in the entire world to me. And Judes. After his conviction, I was forced out of our home. I was finally able to return only a few days ago, and when I did, I went to cold storage room to check up on the sculptures, and that's when I saw it. Mr. Frost's body. It had been there the whole time. Of course, by that point, the statute of limitations had expired. So I did what I did today, because it was the only way I could think of to make things right. It seems I've misunderstood her intentions. Everything she's done, really has all been for Mr. Tangaroa's sake. Hey, what are you thinking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Something that's been puzzling me. Why did Miss Bound use poison gas? Why not a more reliable method? Why disguise Autumn Wing as the Winter Wing? The only reason I can think of is to confuse someone who was here 18 years ago. Now I wonder what she had in mind. She was trying to prove that Mr. Tangaroa is innocent. Miss Bound's ultimate goal must be to... Could she have been trying to discover the identity of the true culprit? Miss Bound. Your ultimate aim was to see Mr. Tangaroa cleared of all charges. Correct? And to that end, you had to expose the real killer and have the police find the body from 18 years ago. Is my understanding of your intentions correct? Exhibiting the sculpture was sure to force the killer to return to the crime scene. After all, they were the only person apart from you who knew that the body was hidden in the iceberg. They would have freaked out thinking the body was about to be discovered and come running, yeah? Exactly. But Miss Bound ran the risk that the killer might successfully cover their tracks this time. Worst case scenario, they might even have been able to remove Mr. Frost's body from the scene. How could you lure the real true killer in revealing himself without putting vital evidence at risk? I see what you're getting at. You're saying that's why the Autumn Wing was all Winter Wingy? I am. You're betting on one thing, Miss Bound, weren't you? And whoever opened the Pisces case you had so carefully disguised as the Gemini case would be the real perpetrator of the IS-7 incident. No. But that would mean the real killer was...
Overruled.
Enough! Not another word. You realize the implications of what you're saying, Mr. Edgeworth? Are you prepared to stand behind the accusation you're clearly about to make? Miss Bound set a trap for Mr. Frost's killer, meaning that whoever found themselves caught in that trap is highly likely to be the guilty party. But I lack the evidence to support such an assertion. To accuse someone without any evidence is not to be done lightly, so... Let me go ahead and make my accusation and name Mr. Frost's killer, nonetheless. Well, I mean, we either sink or swim here. We sink or swim. Let's do it. Let's make it. My ultimate goal is to see the truth exposed. And to do that, I need to seize the moment. Carpe momentum! Yes, Judge Gavel, I am prepared to stand behind my accusation. I know exactly who's to blame for the I-7 incident.
Take that!
Mr. Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack, is the perpetrator behind the I-7 incident? The Gusty? Mr. Gusto. Miss Bound, as we have established, you knew that the opening of the gallery would lure in the real culprit. And you set up the poison gas trap in order to catch them. Do you dispute the facts thus far? You're a very impressive man, Mr. Edgeworth, just like your father. This is not blueberry lemon. I think it's blueberry pomegranate. I don't know, I'm not really familiar with pomegranates. But I think it's pomegranate. And of course, you're absolutely right. And perhaps you could tell us exactly what happened in your own words. Of course, I have nothing to hide anymore. So I might as well tell you everything. As you said, I set a trap here in the gallery to try and catch Mr. Frost's killer. Before I opened it, I made sure the door to the Autumn Wing was the only one that was unlocked. When opening time came, I went around to unlock the doors of the various rooms. I found the Autumn Wing had been locked from the inside. The killer was on the other side of the door. I thought, well, it frightened me. He simply walked away, leaving him to fall victim to a poison gas trap. When I heard that Mr. Gusto was being treated for gas inhalation, that's when I knew he was the murderer. All that was left was for police to find Mr. Frost's body, and then Sans would finally be proven innocent. At least, that was my plan. Judes, why don't you tell me? You know I'm always here for you, right? We could have found another way. It didn't have to be like this. Thank you, Mr. Fender. You've been so very kind to me all these years. I'm the one who created this mess, so it was up to me to try and clean it up. I didn't care what it took as long as I could get Samson out of that awful place. Judy, Judy, Judy. 18 years ago, the police managed to cover up the fact that Mr. Frost's body had gone missing. Until now and said it had reappeared, I was afraid they might have tried to cover things up again. So I worked to set up a very public incident here in the gallery in front of as many witnesses as possible. I'm so sorry, Judy. Look at his hair! What happened to his hairline? You, Samson Gregory. Locked you all down. Goodness, this can't be easy for him. How old is he? 36? Man, this can't be easy for him. Sorry, I got distracted. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender. Hope one day you can forgive me. He does look a bit older. It's the receding hairline. Whatever punishment I have to face, I'm ready to accept it. Please, let me ask one thing of you. It's that you simply must clear Samson's name. The way the truth of these past 18 years had come to light was unexpected, to say the least. And yet, it only set us down a path toward an even more shocking end. Okay, I thought we were, like... I guess this guy's gotta wake up and we gotta question him and prove he's guilty. That's the only thing I can think of. Random Fox. We got Yen Miko Fox. Miss Bound, are you feeling a little calmer now? Yes. Good, then allow me to get to the point. In regards to your intentions, you broke the law. Yes, I understand. Nevertheless, I understand that you did what you did in order to prove Mr. Tangaro's innocence. Therefore, if the real culprit really is someone else, then we have a duty to reinvestigate the case.
Overruled.
There's nothing to suggest that anything nefarious took place in the official IS-7 incident records. Right now, there's nothing to suggest that we should take Miss Bound to her word, either. The first order of business should be to arrest the culprit of the case before us, Miss Bound herself.
Objection.
Those records cannot always be trusted, Judge Gavel. Especially since there are those prosecutors who would think nothing of twisting the facts.
Overruled.
Are you suggesting that the committee at the time overlooked just such a prosecutor? That's for you and your people to figure out. However, it's fact that the autopsy report was faked. Seeing as Mr. Frost's body was only found just now. So that's perfect proof, unless he's got autopsy scars. Maybe it's something about Mr. Von Karma and you, Mr. Edgeworth. Is it really a scar if you're dead? I don't know. Autopsy, cuts? Incisions? How so exactly? I continue to find the will of the committee and bending the truth to fit your needs, that's how. Perhaps it's time you understand how I know the committee sees the case. The committee is willing to accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified Mr. Frost's autopsy report. Even still, Mr. Von Karma only managed to have Mr. Tango convicted as an accomplice. I personally have come to believe that the real culprit behind the I-7 incident is Miss Bound. The plan to poison and kill Mr. Gusto today was her attempt to frame him for Mr. Frost's murder. Is how the committee sees the things, is it? It is. As always, I act solely in service of law and order. Doesn't mean all she's doing is acting in service of the committee and covering up the truth. Depends on how fresh, what I miss. I can't change your mind that there will be no saving Mr. Tango or Miss Bound. I mean, scar tissue is something you develop as a healing mechanism. So if you're already dead, you're not going to develop scar tissue, right? He is willing to accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified Mr. Frost's autopsy report.
Hold it.
You accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified the report the moment you reinvestigate the case. Because the goddess of justice is never wrong. Her verdict remains true despite Mr. Von Karma's manipulations. By blatant evidence tampering? You sure your precious goddess into that? What makes you think the committee might have other reasons for not wanting this looked into again? Well, the investigation is simply unnecessary since the goddess of justice has already spoken. Is that right? And still, you know, one of my problems with religion, and I don't mean any offense to anyone who is religious, but I personally feel like everything is open to investigation. You should question everything. But a lot of people who are religious, I'd say, well, almost all the ones I know who are religious, when they say, God said this, that's it. That's the end. There's no room for interpretation. There's no room for evidence. There's no room for, well, did he though? It's like, did you hear it? Oh no, I read it in this book. Okay, so now you're looking at secondhand information. But then you think about the book, and the book was translated, so now you're third-hand information. So how is that not worth, you know, questioning even a little bit? There's stuff on my screen. Anyway. Even still, Mr. Von Karma only managed to have Mr. Tangrowth convicted as an accomplice.
Hold it!
I believe it's a confession that sealed Mr. Tangrowth's fate in the end. A confession secured by Mr. Von Karma, which should be certainly cast out in the final verdict itself.
Overruled!
Detective Tangrowth confessed to the initial investigation officer, one Detective Ian Sideman. Inside Man! Inside Man! That's his name! Okay, that's funny. This records state that it was his interrogation that led to the conviction. Therefore, all I can say to you is the goddess of justice has already spoken. Unbelievable, she just won't budge at all. Are these committee guys really that big of a deal? Anyways, they are a prosecutor's worst nightmare. So kind of like how the police are to a great thief, huh? Funny how you don't seem to have a problem working with the police when they shoot you, though. I must have come to believe that the real culprit behind the ICE incident is Miss Bound.
Hold it!
Are you suggesting that Mr. Tangrowth and Miss Bound killed Mr. Frost together? Why not? You could have even imagined they split their roles as us. Mr. Tangrowth could have been the one to commit the act itself, while Miss Bound was to remove the body. What? Thought that we could ever kill. We stole his corpse and hid it for 18 years. So is it surprising you might be considered a suspect as a result? Miss Bound freely confessed to all of her crimes. Now is not the time to speculate about what else she might have done in the past. Okay, well, let's pass judgment on what we know she did in the present. Plan to poison and kill Mr. Gusto today was her attempt to frame him for Mr. Frost's murder.
Hold it!
Mom Miss Bound had chosen to frame Mr. Gusto for the murder. But not because he suspected her of being the culprit, the real culprit. He may have entered what he thought was the Winter Ring simply to see if the Gemini statue was genuine. But he knew that he would be greeted by a trap designed to silence him. The trap nearly worked.
Objection!
Do you have any evidence to support that line of reasoning? Fortunately, Mr. Gusto remains in critical condition. It'd be difficult to prove anything until he regains consciousness. In other words, there's little we can do for now. On the contrary, there's plenty we can do. You still have not grasped the situation, have you? Allow me to spell it out for you. We have all the evidence we need to explain both the I-7 incident and the poison gas attack.
Hold it!
All the evidence you need? In the matter of the I-7 incident, we have a body, a murder weapon, and 2 suspects. As for the poison gas attack, we have the sources of the 2 chemicals in Miss Bound's confession. As for you, Mr. Edgeworth, we also have enough evidence to see that you yourself will have an answer to the committee in a formal hearing. What? Whoa, that doesn't sound good. Don't worry, Miles Reno. If nothing else, you're always more than welcome at Edgeworth & Co. Arrgh! Your Honor, I'd greatly appreciate it if we could stay focused on the matter at hand. Haha, of course. Now, where was I? We have therefore determined that there is no need to investigate either case any further.
Hold it!
We need to assert that there are no loose ends left to investigate. None at all? All the evidence has been examined at length, and there is nothing more to be learned from them. Therefore, I see no need to further prolong this trial. The court finds the defendant, Mr. DeBound. Your Honor, I'm certain there's something that still needs to be examined. Hammer's about to fall, Mr. Edgeworth. Only hard evidence to stop it now. Say what you think requires further deliberation now, assuming that there really is anything left, that is. It's no yet, not by a long shot. There's still one thing we don't have an answer to. It's up to me to point out to Judge Gabble. Right, what do we have? Alright, this is a possibility. Finger marks. Alright, Could advise your testimony at all? Judge Gowan? No, why? Ah, crap. No good. I should she'd made it otherwise. No, well, blow up my face. Let's see here. What do we have? Alright, so it's 3 years out. Saving 18 years.
Objection!
Nope. No good. Ah! We need to investigate further. It's not those things. Not that. Not that. Not that. I don't remember. What am I supposed to remember?
Objection!
Nope. So one of the facts you clearly do not believe in yourself. Alright, we're not doing great. When does Alzheimer's kick in? It's different ages. Ah! Alright, let's press again.
Hold it!
Not on all of them. Let's work together, why not? You can imagine it's... When it this act itself, I'll misbalance from its body. What? We're coordinated for 18 years for this surprise. Yeah, I pressed them all. I can press them all again. Let's see.
Hold it!
Said Mr. Our false report, because the guy's justice is never wrong. Or it remains
Objection!
true. That blatant evidence tampering. Sure, previous pressure guys into that. Makes you think the committee might have other reasons for not wanting to listen to him again. So I guess it's simply unnecessary. Josh has already spoken. Yeah, we already pressed them all.
Hold it!
You already know about this. Alright, that's no good.
Hold it.
Get them together. See, if it were me, I'd present. Why did she find the body then? She's the one who found the body. Why would she not have hidden it before?
Objection.
It was planned. Let's see.
Hold it.
Why was found if children frame and got mistrust for the murder? Not because he suspected her of being the real culprit. Even what he thought was the Winter Wing simply to see if the Gemini statue was genuine. They know that he would be greeted by a trap designed to silence him. That really worked. No, she's already saying that she knows about the false evidence, she just doesn't care. Oh, wait.
Objection. Objection.
You mind taking a look at this, Judge Gavel? Nope, no good. No connection to my testimony. Just never not to carry Mr. Winter. Doesn't mean I should give up.
Hold it.
Audience indeed. Matter of the ICM, so we have body and murder weapon, 2 suspects. For the guest side, we have social 2 gambles and Miss Brown's confession. 2 misdirected words. We also have enough evidence. I think something here.
Objection.
Ah!
Hold it.
Items you need. Matter of ICM. Blah, blah, blah.
Hold it.
I mean, that's so there are no loose ends left in ICM at all? This has been examined at length, but there's nothing more to be learned from them. They have the murder weapon. Yeah, we found that already. I see no need to further prolong this trial.
Objection.
Alright, we found the murder weapon.
Objection. Objection.
Nope. What are we missing? What are we missing?
Objection.
Ah, okay. I will reload. I'm still bad at this. Like, what am I missing? I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm missing. I've tried like 7 different things. Alright, what do we have? What do we have? Do we have anything good? Alright, so we'll have the evidence. It's not this. Detach your spinach to the side of the fleet to a foreign country. Yeah, it's not done yet. He went to Xingfa. No, this will be coming handy later. We pressed on all these. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're looking for. This thing?
Objection!
I also need to win. And why not? That's wrong with statement.
Objection!
It's no good.
Objection!
How's not the blowtorch? There's still one thing we don't have an answer to.
Objection!
There's no case temperature. We only have so much evidence. And we have a fair amount.
Objection! Objection!
It's gone. It's already gone. We don't have that document.
Objection!
this? I don't know. Anybody have any thoughts? We have this document on the case. We have a pamphlet outlining the gallery. We have a picture of this. If you have any idea. Okay, how about this? I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna name 8 things. And you tell me. I'm gonna name 8 things that I do not believe are the thing. You tell me if I'm wrong. Alright, this is 1. Statute of limitations is not the time for this. We already used this, it's not the time for this. We already used this, it's not time for this. Candy, meaningless. That's 4. Teapot, 5. These things, that's 6. The last 2 statements. Okay. So you're saying I'm wrong?
Objection!
What? How does this point prove anything? I'm afraid there is still one question concerning the sentence that remains unanswered, Your Honor. Do you mind taking a look at this? What is it? They're test results carried out on the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case in the Winter Wing. There you can see traces of blood were detected. The question is, whose? That question's answered, I hardly think you can claim to have all the evidence. No! There's blood in the Gemini case? Why not hear about this from Eustace? Detective Gumshoe informed me of the results directly. I was planning to tell Mr. Winter about it myself, of course.
Overruled.
You kept this to yourself until now, by having no jurisdiction here whatsoever? Mark my words, the committee will hear all about what you've done here today. As they're interested in the truth, if mistakes were made in the past, they must be rectified. You must report me to the committee, then so be it. But in return, we must be allowed to investigate this case to the very end. That's not my decision to make. You will need to discuss it with Eustace. Where is that little idiot? Guess he's back, losers, and with good news, too. This guy's called for a minute there, but Carmelo Gusto is alive. Gusto. He made it. And now we can take care of him. We can send him to jail. You're the ones who found me. Yep. Long time no see, Gusto. You're the attorney's assistant? You've grown. You have an assistant of your own now. Assistant? No, I'm... Yeah, he hasn't got the gig just yet. This is Gregory Edgeworth's son. I mean it meant. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. At your service. Fate moves in mysterious ways. I'm your debt. If you hadn't found me in time, I wouldn't be here to say thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. After all, if you hadn't lived, we wouldn't be able to ask you what really happened 18 years ago. Herg? What are you talking about? I figured out quite a bit while you were out cold. Including the fact that you're probably the guy who for Artie Frost. What? Is that true? This bound set up a very elaborate trap to catch Mr. Frost's murderer. The trap that involved rigging the Pisces case with poison gas. Perhaps in light of that fact, you could tell us in your own words what happened back then? Perhaps you'd rather exercise your right to remain silent. Oh, it's not that. Gusto here is a fan of the old meditation, you know, and all that jazz. Oh, sleeping while standing up seems pretty cool. That's one heck of a talent. Except there's no sleeping involved in meditation, okay? Hey, Gusto, old pal, how about you snap out of it and tell us what went down way back when? I don't know how to say that. There's no vowels! I was caught in the girl's trap, so I must be the killer? Is that your idea of a joke? I'm the victim here. Indeed you are, Mr. Gusto, and there's no evidence that you have done anything wrong yet. Mr. Edwards and Mr. Finner are merely speculating. Rest assured they have no authority here, and that you may pay them no heed. At least somebody here seems to be on my side. There's Verity Gavel. It's a pleasure, Mr. Gusto. I'll assist you in any way you may require. Perhaps you could begin by explaining what actually happened 18 years ago to Mr. Edgeworth. Fine. Can you prove I'm innocent, Mr. Prosecutor? I'd be happy to.
Objection!
I want to see what he makes of this. Is this how you mean to play it, Judge Gavel? No, Mr. Gusto will help you to hide what happened instead of trying to correct the record? I believe in the infallible judgment of the goddess of justice. Except it's us humans who make the actual judgment calls in a court of law. And so long as there are those who would use the law to their advantage, our rulings are fallible indeed. That's like the old theory of trial by combat, that the victor was the one who was the in the right. But really, it's just the victor is the one who's better at fighting. If you use your position to further obscure the truth, then neither she nor I will forgive you. How much time we got? 18 minutes. I just want to make sure I don't run too late on the ads again. Haha, we shall see about that. What do you advise, Judge Gavel? It seemed that you were under suspicion because it was you who triggered the poison gas. Specifically by opening the Pisces case's lid. Would you be so kind as to share wine with us? Understood. I want to see what he makes with it. KMC Frost Sculptures. Simple as that. I made a mistake with opening times and arrived a half hour early. Was there no one at the reception desk at around that time? I left the main event interest on Guardian unlocked just in case the killer made an appearance. I was also busy making preparations elsewhere, all the way up until the gallery's opening. So no, there was no one here on the first floor then. But I did make sure that all the wings were locked up tight, all except for the autumn wing, that is. I see. So I just steered a culprit into the autumn wing. We're surprised to where Mr. Gusto went. Speaking of light, is pretty suspicious. However, you slice it. Silence in the courtroom. I'll permit no objections or interventions unless there's some evidence that the witness is lying. Court, we know this is an art gallery, right? Mr. Gusto, if you could please continue by explaining why you opened the Pisces case. I want to see Frost's work up close. Going up to the Gemini, sorry, I guess it was supposed to be the Pisces statue. I saw the lid was frozen on tight, so I grabbed a blowtorch nearby and tried to open it. When I got open, gas came pouring out. Fascinating. His is the sort of flawless testimony that attorneys can only dream of. Yet everything sounds like a lie, kind. Yeah, I too also find myself appreciating art and wanting to break into the case that holds it so that I can look at it closer. I'm not satisfied with Mr. Gusto's explanation myself. Last, there's no evidence to refute it. Although I'm going to tell a story now of something that I deeply regret. I didn't do it, but when I was younger, I did not always hang around with the best crowd. I recall one time we went to an art gallery, and there was a beautiful sculpture. It was basically, it looked like a chandelier with a bunch of carved birds. They were carved birds, and it was hanging down. But it was kind of low to it was low, so you could kind of like walk around it. One of my so-called friends grabbed one of the birds and just smashed it. And then hid the pieces of it. Even at the time, I didn't appreciate it, but I also didn't want to get blamed, and I'm not a snitch. I'm also a big believer in what's done is done. Pointing out would not do anything other than make people angry at me. I mean, they're going to be angry no matter what, but it's not like pointing it out is going to fix the broken statue. Or sculpture or whatever it was. As there's no evidence to refute it. Come on, there must be something. It's Fallon's story. You should be questioning, not mine. I'm not the one who set the gas trap. She could have killed anybody with that thing.
Objection!
She turned on the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was gunning for the killer, and nobody else. That killer being you, old pal. So you believe that self-confessed criminal? This Estelle is far from blameless in this affair, and she will have to pay for her crimes. But so will Mr. Frost Killer. You seem determined to pin Frost's murder on me. I had no reason to kill him. And you have no evidence to prove otherwise. Gurnurk! Can I really not prove that he's the killer, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Gutter fell victim to the poison gas. That much is indisputable. No matter how suspicious his actions in the present may seem, they prove nothing about the past. Yeah, but what about you, Mr. Fender? That must be something we can do. You're right, we may not have evidence, but we do have plenty of intel. Let's see now. If Gusto killed Frost, he must have had a reason. He claims not to have a motive, but that can't really be true, can it? If he did it, he has one. Not many people commit murder just for fun. I feel called out. In fact, your old man had a little bit of a back and forth with Von Karma about a probable motive too, remember? I say that with any certainty. Their relationship had broken down for some reason. That could very well have been the motive behind this murder. Von Karma would let us talk to Gusto back then, but we can now. If we put the pieces together, I think the picture we've been looking for might just emerge. You can't prove it. What are you, a cop? I think you might be right. And think back over everything we know about this the IS-7 incident, especially the questions that never got answered. And the finger marks. Were you the one wearing the gloves? He's going to deny the finger marks on the frame were hers. What if they were Mr. Gusto's? Perhaps you want to take a look through the Ultimate Cookbook for himself. She asked me to go put in a new cartridge. Seemed to think there should have been more shots left than there were. However, the film ran out sooner than expected. Holy crap, he took pictures of the cookbook! The number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining. But he thought maybe he just lost track somewhere along the way. My father noticed those things for a reason. I need to piece them together correctly. The absence of evidence is the only way to the truth. Alright, let's go. Photographing the cookbook's contents would be the perfect way to steal its secrets undetected. What if Mr. Gusto did just that? What if you used Mr. Tangero's camera to photograph the book? It'd be the perfect crime. So much better than stealing it than getting chased by the cops. Sneaky snapshot or 20? Huh? That could work. My question is, when would he have done it? Good question. What about during afternoon tea? Didn't Delicious say that Gusto and Frost had missed out on the little tea party they had? Which brings me to the next question. When did we know for certain that Mr. Frost was still alive? After the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost as he had secluded himself in his room. The only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangeroa, possessing as he did the only key. Let's go. Were Miss Tangeroa's works the only ones you sampled? Oh dear, I couldn't help myself. When I finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chilling's room for a little taste too. Mr. Frost had kept himself inside his room after the contest started. He was gone by the time Miss Gomes snuck into it to sample his work. There was a good chance he was murdered before the end of the afternoon tea. I connect these two things. Mr. Gusto, you and Mr. Frost conspired to create works for the contest together, did you not? Huh? Do you know my little secret? Mr. Fender was kind enough to inform me. Mr. Frost was in charge of the designs while you were in charge of the flavor. Is that correct? What can I say? I still had a long way to travel on the road to becoming a master confectioner. We only collaborated up to the semifinal. Something changed after that. We both wanted to show what we could do, so that we were better than Tangeroa.
Objection!
Then why didn't you help Mr. Frost with his entry for the final? What grounds do you have to say that? Your own statement, made to Mr. Von Karma 18 years ago. Told him that you had been working together right up till the day before the final. Frost entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice would need at least a day to freeze, and whose flavors would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto. Oomph. Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me. They helped Miss Frost till the day before the final. I guess why didn't Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return?
Objection.
I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead. So, why didn't Mr. Frost help you in return, I suspect that your relationship broke down for some reason. And that became the basis of your motive for murder. Well, he made an explosion. That's not how it was. Sure, we stopped working together. It was all perfectly friendly. You stopped working together? In a friendly way? Kinda hard to imagine, but okay. Still got 9 minutes. Besides, how do you think I did it exactly? You think I strolled into Tangaroa's room and killed Frost? I couldn't kill the man while Tangaroa was there working on his chocolate pieces, could I? So you see, it can't have been me. I wouldn't be so sure. There must be a window of time when Mr. Tangaroa wasn't in his room. If I can prove that, I can prove that Mr. Gusto had the opportunity to kill Mr. Frost. Connect! We can be sure that Mr. Frost is alive until the beginning of the afternoon tea. Making tea time the only window during which Mr. Gusto could have killed him. Are you satisfied with Mr. Gusto's story now, Mr. Ritterworth? Yeah, sadly, I'm not afraid I'm still rather unsatisfied. Things are finally starting to become clear. The truth will soon come to light at last. You can say that you have uncovered new evidence? Evidence? No. I was hoping I might convince Mr. Gusto to open up to us about it instead. Oh, is it mind games this time again? It is. Mr. Gusto, I have a question for you. I said I have a question for you! Roar! What is it? You chose to make your entry for the final on your own. I told you, I wanted to test myself. I want to prove I was the best in the world.
Objection.
If that were the case, then surely you wouldn't have chosen to cheat in the first place. Tell me, Mr. Gusto, why did you feel the need to team up with Mr. Frost? Random Fox. We got, Yukata Fox. Sorry. 18 years ago, Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost collaborated in the confectionery contest. Why did they work together, and why did they enter the contest in the first place? That's the information I need to get out of my opponent somehow. Holy crap, he's got a lot of pieces. Mr. Gusto seems to have a habit of pretending to be asleep when things aren't going his way. Sorry, focusing on why he chose to work with Mr. Frost. So, should I go when he's trying to be asleep, or... On my hand? Now's the time to dig up the truth that was buried all those years ago. So do I press when he is asleep or when he's not asleep? Mr. Gusto, what inspired you to collaborate with Mr. Frost? Your acquaintances were contestants. Interested in entering the contest, so we decided to sign up together. Okay, your decision of a sculptor had nothing to do with your lack of faith in your skills? You don't know me. You joined forces because you wanted to make the most perfect creation possible, that's all. I suppose all your lies in the end, Mr. Gusto. It's only a matter of time. I'm sorry, but I want to see if I could do an impression of you. Turns out it's easy. Look, he's happy to divide his time as well, it seems. Let me pick my words more wisely. Listen to my opponent's reactions. Pick them. Okay. Okay, we got this. Okay. Frost and I were in the same grade at school. So we got along pretty well, too. Oh? So you were just two friends who happened to try for the title of World's Greatest Confectioner? I got you. Wait, so we have to attack when he pretends to be asleep. Okay, pretending to be asleep when the game going his stuff won't work on me, I'm afraid. Frost is a sculptor, Mr. Gusto. I doubt he cared much about winning a title for confectioners. In which case, he probably had a different motive for taking part in the contest, wouldn't you say? Hung! Fine, it was me. I wanted that title. Frost only in it for the prize, the ultimate cookbook. I see, and since your objectives dovetailed so neatly, you decided to work together. And something happened. A breakdown in your relationship, perhaps. If so, I want to know why. Mr. Prosecutor, I'm still quite unwell after my brush with death. It must be too hard. And I'll be on my way back to the medical room. No, wait. You better wrap this up quickly. I'm already dangerously low on patience. Mr. Gusto's trying desperately to make his escape. He's not going anywhere yet. As long as he's still keeping things from me. So let's figure it out what he was really after next. Alright, we refill. No time to lose. I need to pick the right line of questioning him fast. You should have your eyes on something other than the title, didn't you? After all, I'm not sure that the title World's Greatest Confectioner even counts for that much. Now that you're insulted the way of the confectioner? My only goal, was to win that title. Didn't care about anything else. No idea how much it would have meant to me. Look, my sense of design may not have been up to snuff back then. You should see me now. Oh, so you've improved? Bet I have. I didn't do all that training in Xingfa for nothing. Looked up to Tanjiro, you know. Spent hours poring over the designs of his work. You used to watch his show with my son. I mean, like Mr. Tanjiro's work was especially influential in early studies. But his recipe book might have even become the best someday. Maybe. The book was a real treasure, no doubt about it. About that, any confectioner would have wanted it. Now we go! We go! You claimed that your only goal was to win the title. Yet you also seem to have had an interest in the contest prize, the Ultimate Cookbook. The greatest collection of recipes by the world's greatest confectioner. I can't say I had absolutely no interest in it. And even if I did, what exactly is so wrong with that? Nothing, I suppose. Only the book contained recipes for medicines, not desserts. Everyone who entered the contest supposedly knew that. I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere. Can't let him sleep from my grasp now. I just need to stay calm and keep the pressure on. Next is find out why he wanted the cookbook. Did you know how valuable the cookbook really was? My question is that. It was a collection of Tanjiro's recipes. Only the confectioner in the world who wouldn't have wanted to get their hands on it. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed this line of questioning. Try another tack. So your plan was to win the cookbook and use it to help you with your own creations? What else? A book like that could have improved my craft tenfold. Could have made a lot of money if you sold it. I don't know much about what's actually in there. Well, it's worth more than money, I'll tell you that. Meditating already? Oh no, Mr. Gusto, I think you know more about the Ultimate Cookbook than you claim. They told us a little about it at the start of the contest. And you know what kind of recipes it actually contained, don't you? That there weren't dessert recipes at all? I see you did your homework. Fine, so you know what's really in there. Ultimate Cookbook, or the Angel's Cookbook, to give its proper title. It's a collection of chemical formulas and ways to synthesize new medicine nobody had ever heard of. Alright, how are we doing on... Okay, we got 1 minute left. Can we finish this questioning? So you didn't know that the cookbook actually contained recipes for medicines. It'd be an important clue. Did you know how valuable the cookbook really was? What kind of question is that? It's a collection of Tanjiro's recipes. What was a confectioner in the world who wouldn't want to get their hands on it? I'm gonna deploy my clue. Your designs may have improved thanks to your training in Xingfa, but you clearly didn't do enough work on your skills of deception. You've already admitted that you knew the Ultimate Cookbook was a collection of recipes for medicines. Thereby making your interest not gastronomical, but pharmaceutical in nature. You're a confectioner, Mr. Gusto. You had no professional interest in revolutionary new medicines. It suggests that your interest must have been personal. I underestimated you. Fine, you're right. Winning the title wasn't the only reason I was into the contest. I needed one of the recipes in that book. It was for my son. He was sick. He was. Tell me more. That's none of your business. I told you as much as you need to know. He looks rattled, but I can't let him off the hook. Let's find out what this mystery illness was. I almost got to the bottom of this. I can feel it. Just a few more moves. Tell me a little bit more about your son. He's my pride and joy. My biggest fan. You didn't enter the contest in order to help him? He didn't have children of her own. Any father would have done the same. I would have done anything to help him. Anything. You would come see me here at the contest venue, too, right up to the semifinal. Really? You didn't get in the way of your work? You were trying to beat Samson Tangaroa. Surely you didn't have time to look after a child. Yeah, well, I want to do what I could for him. So you want to always be the first to try my creations. I'm still recovering, so if you've got nothing to say, let me go back to the medical room. Wait, I may need to be a little more proactive. Take my opponent's actions. Tell me the name of the disease your son had suffered from? You're a real cold customer, Mr. Prosecutor. After he was seriously ill? Why don't you force me to tell you more? I don't have a clue as to how to perceive this. Crap. Better try another attack. Hi, Joy. Alright. Wait, work. So wasn't you sick? You said your son was sick, Mr. Gusto. Yeah, he was able to come and join you for the contest? It wasn't that kind of illness. Nothing life-threatening, anyway. This feels like it could be an important clue. Can you tell me the name of the disease your son suffered from? A customer is nephew seriously ill? My clue. But what's life-threatening one, is it? I can't. I butchered that badly. What's life-threatening, was it? You already shared with me your son's illness wasn't life-threatening. So why aren't you so reluctant to share any further details? May not have been life-threatening. That doesn't mean it hadn't been life-altering. I see. That must have been very light-hearted on both of you. Of course it was. That's why I did everything I could to find a cure. Ow! Why are you giving me snowballs? You were desperate. He couldn't taste anything. Not even his favorite desserts. Do you have a taste disorder? As I understand it, the Ultimate Cookbook contains the recipe for a very particular medication. One that Mr. Tangaroa used to cure himself of his own taste disorder. So he had it too? Too, you say? So your son has a taste disorder then. Am I correct? How did I let that slip? You're asking me to believe that you needed to win the cookbook in order to cure your son. Throwing Cinnamon at me? No, be nice to Cinnamon. Was that really the case? Of course it was. What are you saying? I'm saying that I'm not so sure that's true based on everything you told me. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of question. Kind of attack. You need the cookbook to cure your son. Yeah, nowadays you can get the medication you need anywhere. Back then, that book was our only hope. That's why I didn't dare waste my time on fancy tea parties. I had to give my all to my work. What about Mr. Tangaroa's work? So that tea break gave you the perfect opportunity to go steal a glance at it. What makes you think I had that energy or time to care about what the others had made? I'm still recovering. Ah, crap. I gotta press a little bit harder. I've gotta hurry. I think you made it abundantly clear how much interest you had in Mr. Tangaroa's work. What's more, if you were that determined to win the Ultimate Cookbook, it's too bad you would have passed up on a chance to take a peek at your competitor's entries. I had plenty of chances throughout the contest to see and sample my rival's work, you know. Each time I did, nothing seemed to be having any flavor. Must have been nerves or something. Did Mr. Gusto taste any flavor? Looks like it could be an important clue. Can you tell me the name of this disease your son suffered from? You're a customer, Mr. Prosecutor. Time to pull my clue. You've already shared with me your son's life. Just went like that. What are you trying to share any further details? May not have been life-threatening, but it doesn't mean it hadn't been life-altering. See, that must have been very hard on both of you. Of course it was. I did everything I could to find a cure. Desperate. You couldn't taste anything, and not your favorite desserts. So I understand the Ultimate Cookbook contains medication. To cure a taste disorder. So I added two? Two, you say? Your son has taste disorder, then am I correct? How did I let that slip? I believe that you needed to win the cookbook in order to cure your son. Is that really the case? Of course it was. What are you saying? I'm not so sure that's true based on everything you told me. But my clue. Taste disorders are difficult to live with. It isn't easy to not being able to enjoy your food. You should know, after all, you just told me you experienced something like that during the contest. You had nothing you sampled had any flavor. Those were your words, correct? Which would seem to suggest that you were suffering from a taste disorder. However, it's not done. Infection without a sense of taste. Not exactly ideal. Are you sure it wasn't actually your own condition you were seeing a cure for, Mr. Gusto? Had enough of your speculations. Managed just fine in that contest. Made all my own entries, no problems. Heh, sorry, but I'm afraid you're contradicting yourself, your own testimony. You already admitted that you and Mr. Frost had worked together during the contest. So you had to claim you did it all on your own now. You would have us believe that you are a man of principle, a dedicated student of the confectioner's art. Yet you abandoned those principles and conspired with Mr. Frost to rig the contest. Also, you could cure your own taste disorder. Got me, Mr. Prosecutor. I just said my sense of taste was shot. My son's was fine. I kept it hidden for so long. 18 years and nobody knew. Tell you can lie to others, but you can't lie to me. Both Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost entered the contest, hoping to obtain the ultimate cookbook. The medicine that would cure Mr. Gusto's disorder, and the money it would bring in for Mr. Frost. Thus an easy alliance was forged. And that, I believe, is checkmate. Mind chess checkmate. Kernga. Alright, we're gonna pause right here and go brush. And I'll be right back, okay? Brushy, brushy, brushy. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I'm actually back early. Go Fox. Alright, I'm back 42 seconds early. That's alright, we'll wait though. We'll wait. We shall wait. So by the way, I'm glad you guys are all here today. I'm very pleased with you know, I feel like I've turned some sort of corner. We've been doing very well even though I've been sick. And you know, I don't know. I just feel I feel grateful for all of you. So thank you. Thank you all. Why did I click on that? Okay, that's probably done. I think we're done. Okay, I think that's done. Okay, there we go. Ah, more Legos. All the Legos coming at me. Right. I'll admit it. You're good. I never told anybody any of this, but you figured it all out anyway. It's true. 18 years ago, I developed... What? How do you say that? Agusia. Agusia? I'm gonna go with Agusia. A goose stole his taste buds. Ah, hug bomb. Thank you. What's Agusia? It's where a goose steals your taste buds. Taste disorder that makes you so you can't taste anything at all. Crasher's worst nightmare. Mr. Fender. Is this what Mr. Tangaroa had as well? No, the big man had what they call dissociated taste disorder. Basically, some things he could taste just fine, while others had no flavor at all. That wasn't fish, that was a mussel! So he suffered too, can't have been easy. No, there wasn't a way to cure it on the market. That's why you needed Mr. Tangaroa's cookbook. Do you admit now that was the real reason you entered the contest? It was only one of the reasons. I wasn't lying when I said I wanted the title. When I put my mind to something, it gets done. I won't lose to anybody. I may not have been able to taste it then, but I still knew my stuff was good enough to win. Alex, you went into the final thinking you stood a good chance of winning? Oh, of course. What was it Fender said about what Mr. Tangaroa thought of Mr. Gusto's creations? Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up to the semi-final. Disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. You're told that your entry for the final was far from the prize-winning taste or sensation you described. Herng. What happened, Mr. Gusto? What went wrong that day? Fine. He was using his son to taste this stuff. You want me to talk? I'll talk. You're not going to like what I have to say. Frost and I were working together right up to the semi-final. I handled the flavor, he did the designing. I want to face Tangaroa in the final on my own. No help. Just me and my skills. Help Frost with his entry, but mine I did alone. I didn't taste good in the final, that's on me. What can I say? I lack training. That's all there is to it. Happy now? Arg, there don't seem to be any obvious contradictions in his testimony. Yep, not that I thought it'd be easy to get anything out of him. He's managed to not let slip what really happened for 18 years after all. Why don't you try pushing him a bit, Miles, Sereno? See if you can't shake something loose. Yeah, just might have to, Fender. I want to see him make something! We saw him make the little birds that weren't very good. You remember like the seahorse and the little chicken thing? I want to see, he's been training for years. Yeah, there's the seahorse. When it's supposed to be like a dragon, enter the final. I started working together right up to the semi-final. I handled the flavor, he did the designing.
Hold it!
Frost in charge of designing the work you both submitted, while you handled the taste? Yeah, he was a sculptor, a craftsman, and his sense of design was second to none. He was clueless about confectionery, which is where I came in. Each did what the other couldn't. I want to know how these three made it to the semifinals. Alright, we got one guy with no design. We have one woman who can design but can't cook. Wait. We have one woman who can't do anything because she's faking everything. And we have one guy who can't cook but he can design. How are these the finalists? I don't understand. Like, out of all the... Like, you wouldn't get some people that are good at both? We did what the other couldn't. Okay, and boy, did you not have an eye for aesthetics. And for the simple stuff. Herng. Dude, yeah, is he gonna make something? Oh, what we got? What we got? Oh, that's good. Have I seen what in real life? Ace Attorney? A contest? That's pretty good. I gotta like that. I think that's a peacock. How do you like me now? Oh, national symbol of Xingfa. Oh yeah, it's a phoenix. Oh, it's a phoenix. That's awesome. No, I've never seen what he's doing in real life. Wait, that's a real thing? They do that? It's real? It's real? Come on, you're lying. It's not real. Nobody can do that. That's insane. There's no way. I gotta look it up. What's he doing? It's like spun sugar. It's spun sugar, right? What's it called? I don't know. Zelric says real. I gotta know, but I don't, so, alright. Guess I'll just be disappointed. Could be cream, I don't know. It's Phoenix, that's awesome! I'll say, pretty different to stuff you were pumping out 18 years ago. Hunga ha ha ha, behold the fruits of my training. I dedicated my whole life to my craft. Back then, we both needed each other's help. So we joined hands until the final. But I wanted to face Tanjiro in the final on my own. No help, just me and my skills.
Hold it!
You were serious about winning the title then? Of course, the art of perfectionary is my life. Why would I have wanted to be crowned the greatest? I still had a lot to learn back then. But it's no surprise my work wasn't up to scratch. That wasn't the only thing you wanted. There was this cookbook too. And you wanted the book even more than you wanted the title. Isn't that right, Mr. Gusto?
Overruled.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're badgering a witness who is still suffering the effects of today's attack. I can't allow this harassment to continue. Nurg, I understand, Your Honor, but... Nor, Mr. Gusto, you need not answer that vile prosecutor's question. Please do continue testimony in your own word, in your own time. Help Frost with his entry, but mine I did alone.
Hold it!
So you're saying Mr. Frost didn't help you at all? He'd helped you up until that, correct? Strange would stop so late in the contest, no? Strange or not, it's the truth. Could be he had his reasons too. I wouldn't know. His lying is going to be a headache to prove. 18 years is a long time. Unless that gizmo of yours has a built-in lie detector, Kay. If he did, I'd have stolen the show from Mr. Edgeworth long before now. Don't worry, Fender. I can tell when he's lying. No doohickeys assistance required. Please, Mr. Gusto, continue your testimony. Didn't taste good the final, that's not me. What can I say? I lack training.
Hold it!
And yet, I heard that your creations prior to the final were scored highly for their flavor. What went wrong? Was there some kind of cooking accident on that day? No, nothing like that. It was, I told you, I had a taste disorder. And since taste had failed me, it's as simple as that. Mr. Frost's entry was complimented on his flavor. Since the taste hadn't failed you then. Something happened overnight? Grrr. I don't think he's going to spill any more beans, Mr. Edgeworth. Perhaps I should ask him about something else. You know Mr. Frost from before the contest, correct? Remembered? I see. My son and Mr. Frost used to go to the elementary school together.
Hold it!
There's no coincidence you both entered the contest, correct? Yeah, I heard about it first. Then he told Frost. I knew he'd be interested. He was always short of cash for sculptures. That's right. Mr. Frost was supposedly always in financial trouble, wasn't he? Poker's really worth that much, huh? It's that gun in your eye, kiddo. But don't get your great thieving hopes up. It was worth a lot back then. These days, you can find most of the stuff in there on a drugstore shelf. Oh, bummer. Literally every last contestant only ever had eyes for that cookbook, I see. An 18-year-old's mystery. And the key to unraveling it is finally in my grasp. I seem to remember everything Fender told me about what he and my father discovered. Alright, let's try pressing something else. I think it's because his son wasn't there. Yeah, I heard that your creation... Alright, blah blah blah. Something changed between the semifinal and the final, Mr. Gusto? No, not really. The only difference between the semifinal and the final was that Frost wasn't helping me. Ah, crap. I should have pressed that.
Hold it!
So you really completed your final entry without Mr. Frost's help? I may not have had his designs to blame me on, but I knew I was still in solid when it came to flavor. So this was the only thing that changed between the semifinal and the final. Sure, Gustio, pal? Gonna have to call you out on that one, I'm afraid. One just looks like I had big thumbs down come judgment time. You got fast on flavor, too. Doesn't sound much like a winner to me. Despite his confidence, Mr. Gusto failed on flavor, too. Like Mr. Frost's assistance shouldn't have affected that, so was there some other difference? It's your own mystery. You know, I was finally in my grasp. I want to save real quick. I want to press this and try to see what happens if I stay the course.
Hold it!
Alright. Now let's stick with what I have for now. Let's go back. I think the sun was the way to go.
Hold it!
Alright. This is... No? Oh crap, the wrong one.
Hold it!
I gotta press the right place. It's so confusing. How does Mr. Frost get lead to the sun? Mr. Frost was before the contest, correct?
Objection!
I can think of one significant difference between the semifinal and the final, Mr. Gusto. Your son, this is him in the photograph, correct? Show me he's here with you up to the semifinal. Oh, he was. What of it? What indeed, he was here with you until the semifinal. Until he suddenly wasn't for the final. And just suddenly, your work went from being lauded for flavor to being lambasted for it. I don't think it's a coincidence, do you? Well, he couldn't taste anything. He wasn't just spending quality time with his father. He's playing a much more pivotal role than that. I just wanted him to see me hard at work and show him I was trying my best for us. My nose is running. Who knows, maybe it was him being here that helped me do so well in those early rounds. It's also a good game, but nothing about this guy seems super dad to me. Stream chat. Alright, I'm looking. Sugar blowing. I don't want to see Chipotle. Holy crap! Holy crap! That's like intricate. Okay, I will say, he's not doing it like this guy did. Okay? So it's a little bit different. Little different. It's a stream chat if you guys want to see it. That is amazing. I clicked on the link and looked at it. Like he's making like minis over here. Like legitimate like with color and design. Wow. Thankfully, we would only have to give such idea credence to restore were true. After all, how much could the encouragement of one small boy affect the taste of a grown man's work? Scotia prided himself on the flavor of his creations, but then he lost his sense of taste. He must have had a tough time maintaining his high standards after such a devastating loss, unless... I'm sure someone's here to cheer you on. That wasn't all he was here to do, was it? You're a very suspicious man, Mr. Prosecutor. Why not try answering yourself for a change? What's an elementary school kid doing here, other than support his father? Your son knew the taste of your work pretty well, I imagine, Mr. Gusto. I gotta sneeze. Sneezy Fox! I'll send him in my Discord so I can see. There we go. You knew the taste of your work pretty well, I imagine, Mr. Gusto. Oh, he was my biggest fan. Of course you knew it. In which case, he wouldn't have been a good judge of whether something tasted on brand, so to speak, no? Well, what are you implying? You already told us that you were suffering from a taste disorder. I admit it. You're good. I never told anybody any of this, but you figured it all out anyway. It's true. 18 years ago, I developed agousia. As for a goose steals your taste buds. Yes, yes. No one knew about your condition. Indeed, I doubt Mr. Frost would have wanted to continue collaborating with you had he found out. After all, it was just your job to make sure his creations tasted good. Therefore, your son wasn't just here to support you. He's helping you by taste testing your work. Grah! Dang, now it all makes sense. Raw stuff, it tasted good because it really was finished the day before when the kid was still here. Yeah, Vivid imagination, Mr. Prosecutor. Do you seriously think I trust a kid to tell me how to adjust the taste of my masterpiece? I have some pride, you know. Even back then. Did you now? My designs may not have been much to write home about back then. But I always knew my work tasted better than anybody else's. I'd risk everything by putting my reputation in the hands of a child? It's just more speculation. That's all it is. Hi, Mopar. How's it going? How are you today? Welcome, welcome. Arnga! In that case, I asked you to speak to your son and assistant. Let's see how much of your story you can corroborate. Sorry for you, my son is no longer my concern. Well, what? As soon as I got my sense of taste back, I went straight to Zhang Fa to start my training. Cut off all ties with the kid for good. Embracing the storm? Oh, stay safe, okay? What? I'm feeling a little bit better. Still got a little bit of pain going on, but it's much more mild. And I'm getting it under control. I don't seem to have given myself food poisoning, but we'll find out as the night goes on. Through my stupidity, this is completely separate from all the issues I've been having. I drank some soy milk that's sitting on my counter for 12 hours. And it said, oh, 2 hours is max. You abandoned your own child? And that ain't the half of it. No one knows where he is, even now. I also looked all over for him, but no dice. Sweet, the kid might even be dead. So think you prove your ass down theory? I'd like to see you try. Yeah. You think I care about anything besides confection? You think I care about anything besides confectionery? Think again. You want his taste back? What need do I have for a son? Silence in the courtroom. While Mr. Gusto's words and actions may demonstrate a certain lack of humanity on his part, gods of justice cannot judge him for that. Are you sure? Mr. Edgeworth, I believe it is time for you to admit defeat. Hey, give it up. 18 years is a long time for anything to surface now. Proof otherwise. Murga! Mr. Edgeworth, we have to do something. If we don't, shoes might be lost forever. Grrr. Well? Where are you, Detective Gumshoe? Can't imagine whose what it could possibly be, but I'll get tested right away, sir. Please, Detective. That's the last piece of the puzzle, I'm sure of it. I want to know whose blood it is. Hey, Miles. Sorry to cut in on your mind for house time, but I was pondering something myself. Friend Gusto didn't come here to check up on the body, did he? You mean because he tried to open the case? Exactamundo. Did you have anything that might explain why he tried to do that? It might. If Detective Gumshoe can make it back in time with a certain piece of evidence. I did! That's crazy! It's quite enough out of chatter defense. Now if you... Which other, sir? Sorry to keep you waiting. Just in time. Okay, speak of the devil. And Gumshoe appears. My nose will quit running, I'll be good. Did you have the test results, Detective? Yes, sir, the lab just got back to me. Yeah, look at stream chat and Discord. This guy's making like sculptures out of like sugar. Hey, please, court in session. There's a little anime about this? Now then, am I right to assume that you're being us the evidence Mr. Edgeworth was just speaking of? What? Hey, no fair. Why didn't you tell me about any of this? Doesn't need the evidence in question, Your Honor. I need testing, so I asked him to carry it out. What the? Why is everybody always helping you? I'm supposed to be the one in charge here. Mr. Winter, I'm sorry I didn't involve you, but this is important. Can we at least hear what the detective has to say? Well, alright. Detective Gumshoe, what did the test have to tell you? Tell us. I'm not gonna believe this, but only the blood we found in the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case is Carmelo Augusto, the victim of the poison gas attack. What are you talking about? Hey, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well, looks like my suspicions were correct. Yeah, this guy was doing it in the game, but then Zerg's like, it's a real thing. I'm like, what? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, what do you mean? Explain yourself. What's the significance of this blood to this case? It's the only very thing that perpetrated the IS-7 incident has been trying to hide all these years. Is there more, or are you just telling him in stream chat? Oh. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Never heard of it. The perpetrator's been trying to hide all these years. The fact that your blood was found inside the Gemini case, Mr. Gusto. That's finding your blood lying right next to Mr. Frost's body. And Grog!
Overruled.
Well, why would there be traces of your blood there of all places, Mr. Gusto? If you won't answer, Honor, Mr. Gusto, then I will. There wasn't just blood in the liquid from the Gemini case. There were traces of salt and sugar, too. There were? You remember, one particular part of Mr. Frost's work was allegedly very salty indeed. Oh yeah, you're talking about what Alicia told us back then, right? What was it again? I've never tried ice so scrumptious in all my life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable. Salty bit? It's another photo you've got there. This bit, the harpy thing. Gemini's liar. It's liar, and only the liar, tasted as if it had been flavored with salt. Is it in Crunchyroll? Luckily, I have a subscription to that for a month. Thanks to you, Derek. There were no traces of salt anywhere else in Mr. Frost's entry. Very interesting, and perhaps you can tell us, Mr. Edgeworth. Where did the salt and liar come from? I think I know. Where's the only salt thing we know of?
Take that!
This is the lamp from the IS-7 incident. Indeed, I believe that salt that gave the liar its flavor came from just such a lamp. Mr. Uncommon established that both salt lamps were in Mr. Tangero's room at the time of the crime. One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost, and was stained with his blood. But no corresponding pool of blood was found in Mr. Tangero's room. Right, because the culprit had chucked a piece of chocolate with that on it right into the little stream. Sorry, I had to actually turn on autoplay. Furthermore, aside from the liar, no traces of salt were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room, either. Herng. Hey, come on, think of it. The lamps we found in Alicia's room were both broken. Bulbs are smashed. Both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor. We never figured out how the one that wasn't used to kill Frost got busted, but... Are we thinking? Maybe it had Gusto's blood on it at some point? Erg! Anyone's blood was found on one of those lamps would have been a person of interest to the police. They would need to hide the blood somehow, in a way that wouldn't arouse suspicion. Are you seriously suggesting the lyre was used to do just that? I am. I suspect that the bloody salt was somehow applied to the lyre so that it could be hidden inside the case. Unlike the fountain water, the sculptures would have needed more time and care to test properly. So he waited and waited for a chance to dispose the lyre undetected. Then the reason he's here today is... 8 years ago, Mr. Frost's body and the evidence pointing to his killer were taken away together. This is, of course, not the part of the perpetrator's plan, thus a new dilemma arose. The possibility that the body, the incriminating evidence, or both would resurface one day. It's back he comes 18 years later, sneaking in bright early to try and cover his tracks. Well, Mr. Gusto, are you finally ready to admit it? That you were the one responsible for the IS-7 incident? Mr. Gusto, it's all because of you that Samson... Yeah! Gusto. So I finally got caught, huh? All these years later. Nobody came close back then, not even the big shot prosecutor, or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. I have to hand it to you. You admit it then? That you murdered Artie Frost? Yeah. Sure I do. I did it. I killed him. But he only had himself to blame. What do you mean by that? He agreed to help me. We were supposed to help each other so that one of us could win. Why couldn't they have entered together? They would have been illegal. And whoever one was supposed to let the other use the cookbook. On the other day of the final, the rat finally showed his true colors. Dizzy Frost, we had a deal. Sorry, I'm not helping you in the final. Our little agreement is over, Gusto. But I helped you. I spent all day yesterday making the ice for your pieces. Did you? You can prove that, I suppose? What do you... Wait. You were planning to betray me right from the start, weren't you? As Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my piece for the final by myself. Like I said, my son wasn't there, so I didn't have any help with the flavor either. So much for the pride you claim to have in your ability to make delicious desserts. Go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it's like for someone like me to lose my sense of taste. Yeah, this is a visual novel kind of game. So it's basically narrating. I give everything to become the best. Everything. Take pride in that. Something someone like you could never understand. You're right, I don't understand. Do you take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder? Or you abandoned your son? Why would I want to understand someone who could do such things? By the way, how did everybody feel about the game balance versus my voice volume? I moved the game volume down just a touch. But I'm told that sometimes the game overrides my voice. Not this game, but some games. So I'm just checking on the balance. Is it still very audible, the game? A man can afford to rely on other people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. My son never showed up on the day of the final. Hardly noticed? Things fine still? Oh, thank you. Well, I'm trying to make my voice more apparent. But I also want the game to be very audible. So I'm just trying to find the right balance. We'll check in on Beat Saber Day if it's too low. Because I never showed up that day of the final. In hindsight, I wouldn't be surprised if Frost was the reason why. Why do you think that? What exactly happened to your son? How am I supposed to know? I told you, he's none of my concern anymore. According to you guys, nobody knows where he is in now either. You don't care? You're horrible. With his disappearance, so too went your chances of winning, correct? Yeah, I had to find another way of getting my hands on that book. That's when inspiration struck. I decided to skip afternoon tea and stuck into the Tangaroa's room. Should've been so easy. All I had to do was photograph the formulas I needed and get out of there. When Frost showed up, I thought I might find you here. Seeing recipes from the famous cookbook, huh? Tut tut tut. Frost. What's this? A cure for taste disorders? Oh no, that's just too tragic. Are you sure we can't taste anything? What will people say? Tell me by ow. Arrgh! You what? You can't even hit me, you miserable worm. Why you... Frost showed me hard when I went to punch him. Knocked me clean off my feet. Crashed into one of the lamps. Must have been when my blood got on it. Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt. When it was all over, I realized I had to get rid of that blood somehow, so I scraped out all the blood off all the bloody bits. It's all those salt shavings and flavoring ice mixture and brushed it all over the harp. That's how it made the evidence linking you to the murder vanish. I'm also going to blackmail me. He would have made me give him money to keep quiet about my condition. Said you had to kill him? And yeah, haha. Yeah, I guess I did. Why'd I let him live? Would you want someone holding something like that over your head? Besides, he's the one who drew first blood. Makes for a solid case of self-defense, don't you think? That's the impetus behind it all. Anyway, I instantly took the lamp to Frost's room. Went straight there once I'd figured out how I was going to hide the bloody part. Inspired by all the high sculpting tools lying about the place, I guess. Not as dumb as you pretend to be. Yeah, I figured I could use them to chip it off and grind it up. Once I was done, painting stuff all over the harp was easy. But why, Samson? Why'd you have to frame him? I never meant for the cops to pin it on him. That was your fault. You and the rest of them. Why do you think I went to the trouble of placing the lamps of the cloths back in Scone's room? There's only one reason to find the murder weapon in the room of another contestant. That's to cast suspicion on that person. What? Trying to frame me, Gutsy Pants? Yeah. But why? Why poor old me? I respected Tangaroa. He was the best. True champion. I would never have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. Your work wasn't even real. You had no respect for our craft at all. You deserve to be punished for what you did. Oh, Gusty, how could you? Had you refrained from eating Tangaroa's work, Frostbody wouldn't have been found. My plan was wait until Tangaroa was judged in your room. That's when I'd sneak the corpse into Frost's room and freeze it. Thanks to you, Bound here found it before I had a chance to retrieve it. I don't understand. Why did you need to freeze his body at all? Why indeed? Mr. Edgeworth, sure you must know. Why did Mr. Gusto need to freeze Mr. Frost's body? To obscure the time of death. Mr. Gusto needed to freeze Mr. Frost's body in order to secure the time of death. If they determined that the murder occurred during the afternoon tea, he would have been an obvious suspect. Bingo! Freezing Frost's body wasn't simple. Everything took time. I learned that from an episode of Monk, where the body was in a spa. Freezing Frost's body wasn't simple, preparing everything took time. So I decided to put his body in the chest in Tangaroa's room while I got everything ready for Frost. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding place. Never counted on some gluttonous pharmacist showing up and making the whole ship collapse. Still don't get it, though. Why disguise the body as an ice sculpture at all? The sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of freezing it would have had on masking the time of death. Therefore, we need to disguise it, at least until it's fully frozen. How awful. Using Mr. Frost's own work to help you cover up the truth behind his murder? Ironically, Tangaroa would have been just fine if the body hadn't been found before I got out of his room. If only things had gone to plan, he wouldn't have even been arrested, let alone convicted. You mean, it's my fault? Everything that happened to Samson? Is all because I found the body? Don't let him get inside your head, Judes. No, this is your fault. If it wasn't Samson, it would have been Delicia instead. She would have been the one they arrested. Either way, there's only one person to blame here. That's Gusto. Didn't help that the initial detective was so bad at his job either. He never even told the prosecutor that the body was vanished. Said Mr. Von Carmet unwittingly placed Mr. Tangaroa in arrest in the absence of a body. I mean, I guess it would have explained why he was so keen to wrap things up. So you think you'd notice something as big as that if you take a look at the few reports, right? Stretching my arm. Yeah, I gotta keep stretching my arm. It's getting better. It almost doesn't hurt at all these days. Now someone had been deliberately distorting the facts of the case, though. Either way, it seems that Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until after the arrest had been made. Admitting that would have spoiled his perfect record. He kept it to himself and proceeded to prosecute, almost said prostitute. Proceeded to prosecute Mr. Tangaroa's regardless. Again, this really be true? You don't feel bad at all? I spent 18 years in prison because of you. And yeah, haha. Sticks and stones, girlie. Sticks and stones. What a jerk. I'll arrest you right now, pal. I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that, Detective. Okay, ha 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 ha. So you noticed, huh? Glad somebody did. Judge is right. You can't lay a finger on me. What? Why? You just confessed to murder. Yeah, ha ha ha. No idea, huh? Then I guess I'd better lay it out for you. I killed Frost 18 years ago. Statute of limitations of murder in this country is 15 years. Do the math. You can't arrest me. Think I'd have confessed otherwise? That's right. The statute of limitations is only 15 years. Is it? Is it? I told you this was coming any later. Is this really the end of the line, Mr. Edgeworth? Nunga! Once the statute is expired, you can't be charged, so... But... How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. I pray that both Mr. Gusto's confession and your deductions will have to be struck from the record. And Mr. Tangro's conviction will remain in place. But we've finally proven that the police never had Mr. Frost's body in their possession. You can't arrest Mr. Gusto. Surely Mr. Tangro has grounds for a retrial on that basis. Does he? I wouldn't be so sure. I think that God's judgments are somewhat harder to overturn than you might imagine. The committee means for the verdict from 18 years ago to stand no matter what. Yeah, ha ha ha. Bad luck, Mr. Prosecutor. That's something we can do, and bring Mr. Gusto down. Alright, we're gonna press all these, and then we'll kill Frost 18 years ago.
Hold it!
As time doesn't diminish what you did, Mr. Gusto. Sure diminishes one thing, though. Ability to arrest me. Oh, we can arrest you. We can arrest you real good. I could have you concussed before you can blink, pal. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth? My, this issue isn't open and shut as you make it out to be, Detective. Yeah, ha ha ha. Can't touch me, it's too late for that. Statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years.
Hold it!
Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, the statute may not have expired yet. Yeah, ha ha. This ought to be good. Alright, I got nothing to hide. If there's something you want to ask it. Very well. Tell us where you've been and what you've been doing since this incident. Sure. Not long after the contest, I was able to cure my taste disorder thanks to the formula from that book. Not so long after that, I went to Zhangfa to really buckle down and hone my craft. That explains a lot. We tried to contact you after the fact, but I guess you were long gone by then, huh? Could be. I left. Let's see. Around a year after the murder. Before Tangro's last day in court. Alright, it's all coming together. Going to Zhangfa was the best thing I ever did. Flavor, design, and full package now. If he was there for at least 2 years. Oh, look at the puppy! That's a wolf. I would prefer to fox, but a wolf is okay.
Objection!
And all in back to those whose lives you destroyed. And yeah, ha 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 ha. What's an omelet without a few eggs, huh? Nothing, Mr. Prosecutor, nothing! You're evil! Sticks and stones, girlie. You can't arrest me, and that's all that matters. Arg, I need more to work with. There has to be something I can get out of him. Maybe I can push him further on the same as you just made. Anything I should follow up on? I'd like you to tell us more about your training in Zhangfa, if you wouldn't mind. Fine. If he's gone for at least 2 years, I went to Zhangfa training, finally make him the best in the world.
Hold it!
Zhangfa, and you were there for a while, I imagine. Yeah, sometime after the investigation had wrapped up. I've been meaning to go there and start my studies for a while. Thanks to the hard work I put in. I'll think of the pets. Let's see it go! Dragon! My designs are now world class. Whoa, that's amazing. You like it? It's yours. Really? Alright. So spend some time in Zhangfa training. Statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years. But we already pressed on that, so let's press on this one. You man, you can't arrest me. Never say never, Mr. Gusto. Nothing's impossible. Really? Come on, give it up. Your father couldn't catch me. What makes you think you can? Arg. You would have solved the whole case if we hadn't been for Mr. Von Karma obstructing him at every turn. Now statute of limitations is threatening to inter the truth of this case forever. Listen, Mr. Edwards, you can't give up. Not now. I'm doing this for your dad, so you have to see it through to the end. Okay? Truth is right there for the taking. What kind of great thieves are we if we don't grab it for ourselves? I'm not a great thief, Kay. But you're right. Carmelo Gusto, I will allow you to make off with the truth. And yeah, do your worst. It's like wearing a banana around his throat. Think I'm best otherwise?
Hold it!
That was the only reason? Because you knew the statute had expired? And yeah, why else would I do it? Why would anybody? Not that I planned on it ever coming out, of course. And why was that? Because I'm finally the world's greatest confectioner. Bad stuff like this only gets in the way of me and my craft. So you're more concerned about you and your rep than the fact that Sans is still rotting in jail. I've seen some pieces of work in my time, but you're just flat out unforgivable. Who cares about forgiveness? I did what I did. I don't need you to understand any of it. Alright, Mouse, it's official. Uncle Eddie is mad. That doesn't happen often. You're not the only one. Don't worry, he won't get away with this. Not if I can help it. Discussor is no ordinary opponent. He's on 18 years out of his crimes being exposed. Mr. Edward, there must be some way for us to arrest him. The guy's probably watched a few legal dramas before, but he's no lawyer, not like you and me. There's gotta be some loophole somewhere we can use. There's just gotta. He's right. Mr. Gusto is just an armchair attorney, after all. Gee, if only there is a loophole. Let's see, where do we press it, though?
Objection!
Maybe we present the statutes, right here. Statute limitations for murder is subject to the following condition. Statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. Means the time you spent abroad doesn't count for the total time of the statute. No way, so it's like someone hit pause while he was in Xingfa. It appears that there may be time left on the clock yet. That will depend on how long you stayed in Xingfa, Mr. Gusto. Oh, I earned. It was 3 years exactly. 3 years, hold on. Nobody say anything until I've done the math. Murder happened 18 years ago. Statute is 15 years old. Add the 3 year overseas. 8 plus 3 makes 18. Exactly 18. Which means, no way. Earth, you did it. Statute hasn't expired after all. Random Fox. Oh, we got Black Leather Fox. Yee! Ha 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 ha. Bingo, 18 years exactly. Glad you worked out for yourselves. Or he's just been stringing us along with the whole time. Why is he laughing? Yeah, we have a lot of different transitions now. We had some issues with them, but I think we fixed them. There's one that may or may not work, but I think we fixed it. Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? We can arrest him now. I hate to break it to you, little sis, but yeah, I-7 went down the end of December. It's April now, which means, strictly speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Frost murder. Gusto saying Xingfa really lasted 3 years on the nose. It's not enough. We're a few months short. Not enough. But, what I tell you, you can't touch me. And yeah, but let's do the rest of it. I hate to admit it, but he really looked bored really well. He'd read the board well when he made his confession. How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. Only the statute had been suspended for another year. Those who would overturn the goddess' judgment must be willing to pay the price, should they fail. And you, Mr. Edgeworth, have failed. Objection! Nugu! There must be something I could do. I knew it. Well, if the law can't bring Mr. Gusto to justice, then... Jews, what are you thinking?
Objection!
There's need to go down using rap sheet just yet. We're not done here. Far from it. Cause there's still a way we can nail him. There is? Alright, Mazarino, pep talk. I need you to think back over everything we know about the case. Let's overlook one critical thing that you yourself were led to believe wrongly about. Which is? He wasn't there for Samson's last trial, remember? Best I can tell, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict that came out that day was. Which means there's still one way left to use, to us. Check for your statues for dummies there and take a look. 2 years ago, they really did a number on Samson and framed him like a pretty picture. We make good use of that verdict now, we can make Gusto pay the full for what he's done. Kinder, are you? Because during the trial, he was his accomplice. Those who must be those who would be willing to overturn those who would overturn the goddess' judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Samson is my client in my house, and I can't bring myself to use the source of his pain as a weapon in this fight. But we play our last card or not, it's gonna have to be up to you. Last card. Bringing Mr. Gusto to justice can only happen if I use the outcome of that hard-fought trial. Should I raise an objection and play that card, or not? We have to, right? My father and Mr. Von Karma, one sought to reveal the truth, the other to hide it. I know which path I chose to follow. The one that seeks to reveal the truth. This court has reached its final verdict. The record will state that Mr. Gusto has been found not guilty on all counts.
Objection!
No, Your Honor, Mr. Carl Gusto is absolutely guilty, and I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished. You mean to suggest that you have grounds upon which to call for his arrest? I do. Now show Judge Galvo something that proves the statute of limitations hasn't yet expired.
Take that!
Very well. Is there a particular page of this I-7 case you'd like to refer to? Which one is it? Can I look? Yeah, there we go. Suspect data. I'd like to direct your attention to this page concerning the suspect. As you can see, Samson Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice. And it took around 1 year from his indictment for that verdict to be reached. Yes, that does seem to be the case. Hope you gave us details certain conditions pertaining to the statute of limitations for murder. One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute is suspended if the suspect flees the country. And another states that the statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of the trial. Well, what? Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice? Yep, guess you were in Xingfa when the verdict came down. Sam was convicted as an accomplice, not as the main perpetrator. Which is clear news to you, and not good news either, am I right? But how can that be? Tangaroa wasn't an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent, and you know it. Oh, we know it. That's what we've been trying to prove all along. In a pleasing twist of fate, his wrongful conviction will be the very thing that sets him free. You spent 3 years in Xingfa, and your accomplice, Samson Tangaroa, was on trial for 1 year. And you can still be charged with Mr. Frost's murder up to 19 years later after the fact. In other words, statute of limitations hasn't expired at all. Manga! Where's he getting sugar? God's judgment is infallible. But out of her servants, it appears, it's not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of the case may have erred. Unbelievably, we may have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry. No, how could this? You weren't supposed to be able to.
Objection!
18 years, that's a lot of time less than I suffer for your crimes. Time to pay the piper, Gusto, and not a moment too soon. Orgog! But I'm finally the greatest. My brilliance has been recognized. You have everything for this. Everything. Even my son. More's the pity. But you can't run from the law forever. Because the bills come due at last. You know, if I had to choose between being convicted for my crime, like let's say I murdered someone. Hypothetically, let's say I murdered someone yesterday and buried them in my backyard in 2 different places, and put a decorated fountain over one, and planted a tree over the other. Hypothetically, okay. If I were to get caught today, I would go to jail for life. But if I waited 18 years, I could go to jail when I'm older, and it'd still be life, but, at least I get the 18 years until then, right? So I think he still kind of comes out ahead a little bit. Anyway, let's not talk about hypothetical murders and where I may or may not have buried the body. That's not the case on trial here. I'm not on trial here. Wait. But you can't run from the law forever, because the bills come to it last. Cookie. No, 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 no. Eat the cookie. No, no. Cookie eaten. Hung. Burger? 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 Burger. Burger. That burger gone. Taco! Wait, what's he doing? Like, Holy crap, that was amazing! Taco, taco. No. Eat taco. Mr. Guster's all set for a trip downtown, sir. I'm actually out of tacos. I had tacos for like 6 weeks. I ran out this weekend. Actually, I guess I ran out of tacos, like Wednesday, Thursday last week. And then I made something that's similar to tacos. I used refried beans and Mexican street corn. And used that as taco filling for the last of my shells. I still got some cheese, though, that I keep eyeballing. I want it so bad. It's all set for trip downtown, sir. Oh, good. Which means it's your turn next, right? But now I'm on pasta. So I made some pasta on Sunday. I cooked some pasta. So now I've got pasta for a little bit. Means it's your turn next, right? I suppose so. Judes. I'm so sorry, everybody. I've caused you all so much trouble. But thank you. Thank you so much for bringing Mr. Gusto justice at last. Well, there's no escaping the consequences of your action, Miss Pound. Those actions were born of the legal mistakes that were made all those years ago. We all know that. So allow me to apologize in return, on behalf of the prosecution. Oh no, I have no one to blame but myself for it all. Starting with those sculptures. Hey Judes, you think maybe you might want me to represent you? I'm not some nervous newbie anymore. And there's no way I'm letting you take the rap for everything. Oh, I'd be honored. Thank you, Mr. Fender. Is she crying like foam? She's crying some kind of dessert cream. I want to taste her tears. Does that sound weird? Maybe. I'm not on trial here. Don't give me that look. Oh, sorry. Sorry, madam. Ma'am, you gotta come with me now. Of course. Look how gracefully she leaves. Judge Gavel, why did you lie to us? Lie? What are you talking about? You implied that there was no case for a retrial, but as we've proven, that wasn't true. So anyone truly committed to seeing justice done would have called one as soon as the body was found. I am under no obligation to answer such questions. And you clearly have no intention of doing so either. So you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transactions. That should be called to appear before the committee in due course. Now, I must be on my way. What the heck? I had you call it the real killer and everything. Isn't that what prosecutors are supposed to do? Regardless of how it may all play out, I will never regret what we accomplished here today. Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? Why'd you stick your nose in this case anyway? You weren't even on the job. My job is to bring the truth to light, Mr. Winter. Not only as a prosecutor, but as a person. I don't get it. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Not as long as you believe the closing case makes you a winner. That's going way over my head. I'm going home. What was that all about? She still has a lot to learn, is all. Wowsy wowsy. Yes? I just wanted to say old Grady Pegleg would have been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. Dad, and thanks for helping poor Sammy Poople. Her names are out of control. Of course. Hey, Edgy. Looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I was kind of busy sketching. Wait, where'd Judy and Verity go? Wow, you really weren't paying attention, were you? I am loath to admit it. Larry's sketches did come through for us on more than one occasion. Not that I'm about to tell him that. Quit with the glaring, will you? Whatever I did, I'm sorry! Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring at you. I was glaring with you. Hey, you totally were. You're just like your pop. He was a terrible liar, too. He was? Listen, I'm gonna head out. I need to fill Samson on what went down today. You wanna come with? Yes, of course. Great, and I'm coming too. Alright, so we're still going. I think we can wrap this up tonight pretty well. This feels like the end. So what's Mr. Tangaroa like? I can't wait to finally meet him. Oh, he's a real sweetheart. You'll love him. Even while locked up, he can't help but make all sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. It's my 3 p.m. cake extravaganza thing for prisoners and guards alike. Really? That sounds awesome. Think there'll be any left for us to try? Didn't we find a few slices of chocolate cake in the prisoner the other day? Maybe some of Mr. Tangaroa's baked goods? Gummy, what are you doing here? I heard you all were coming to see Mr. Tangaroa, so I volunteered to escort him. Hello, new friends. I'm Samson Tangaroa. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick, Kay Faraday. Heh. It's very nice to meet you both. Miles here is Gregory's son. Is that so? Your father was very kind to me and fought so hard for my case. In the end, I betrayed him. I made a false confession and... Don't worry, Mr. Tangaroa. Mr. Finner has explained everything to me. Sure did, and now we're here to tell you the truth about what's happened 18 years ago. The truth? Judy did all that for me? Crazy kid racked her brain for 18 years until she finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? Turns out she really would do anything for you. Oh, Judy, I never did anything to deserve such devotion. Come on, Mr. Tangaroa. I think we all know that's not true. The bond between the two of you has held strong for all these years, after all. You think so? You know, there's a trope in media where people take orphans and stuff and raise them to be specific jobs, like assassins, spies, I don't know, basically expendable cannon fodder. And because they rely on that devotion from, you know, being basically rescued. You think so? It's a better show him. This piece of evidence is proof of the bond Mr. Tangaroa and Miss Bound share. Which one's the one? The statues? That's the statues, right? 'Cause you said you saved them for him. Oh, the chocolates. Oh.
Take that!
These chocolates. Judy made them, didn't she? Yes, she did. They're super delicious and sweet. Miss Bound continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day. Thought that there would always be some waiting for you when you finally came home. Judy. I bet they're beyond super sweet then, aren't they? Very much so, I'm afraid. I wish we could hand them to you. Don't worry, sir. I'll make sure he gets them later. It should be a clear breach of prisoner policy. Not that I had the authority down to stop him anyway. Yeah, thank you very much. You know, Detective, something about you reminds me of Detective Bad. Really, pal? Because I look up to him a lot. He's my role model. You don't say. His fate likes to bring people of all sorts together, huh? You're hanging there, Samson. Just a little longer. Let's be able to get you out soon. Sorry it's taken so long. You might should have to wait 18 years to get justice. Don't be silly, Eddie. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. Or rather, Thank you. Truly. Samson. Well, I guess it's my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. Why is he wearing a tux after all these years? I better make sure there's something delicious on the table for her when she finally walks through that door. Calm me down, Eddie. Leave it to me, big guy. IS-7 incident. It's been 18 long years, but the case we'd inherited from my father. It's finally coming to a close. I mean, I'm not one to talk, because I recently took his clothes away they were like 18 years old, too. But still. Like, I had clothes from middle school. Isn't that ridiculous? Hey, Miles, thanks for today. I'm sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that. But also, I don't wear I haven't worn them in years. So, I don't know. Not at all. I simply made the call that felt right to me. Huh? What are you guys talking about? You know how Samson was wrongfully convicted? Had to pretend he wasn't in order to nail Gusto. Use his false conviction against him even to save him. As a lawyer, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I can see that. Now that Gusto's behind bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned. Yes, and now I'm sure you will. Wait a minute. Does this mean that everything if you were only doing what's right? The false conviction had been overturned before today, Mr. Gusto would have been gotten away scot-free? Yep. It's what we folks in the trade like to call a legal contradiction. Law is far from perfect. There's things like legal contradictions, right? Yeah, but you never know. Things might change. The law's always evolving, just like us humans. Your Uncle Eddie and Miles Reno included, am I right? Into for growth and change. In people and law, huh? So, Miles, are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor? Or help people as an attorney? There are times when you've got a big decision ahead of you, one only you can answer. I know. Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up at the office one day. On that note, it's time for me to skedaddle. I owe you big time, and I always repay my debts. But for now, thanks again for today. I mean it. He seemed kind of in a hurry to get out of here, do you? He did. And honestly speaking, I'm the one who owes him a debt of gratitude. After all, he gave me the chance to reckon with my father's final case. When I was a boy, all I ever dreamed of was becoming an attorney like my father. Then, during my time with Mr. Von Karma, I learned the way of the prosecutor instead. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a new way to live. Speaking of which, I need to take my pill. Oh, it barely went down. But now my career as prosecutor is at risk of being taken away from me. It may be time to take another long, hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not. Oh, it's still going. Hey, Gregory. Sorry for reporting in so late. It may have taken 18 years, but we're finally in a position to prove Samson's innocence. All thanks to your boy, Miles. I couldn't have done it without him. You should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gave me chills. It's like I was watching you. Look, I know I'm not half the attorney you were. But those guiding principles you tried to instill in me, I like to think I'm embodying them now as I carry on your legacy. Here's hoping. Your boy will be joining me, and that soon. Am I going to fight crime as a prosecutor? Or help people as an attorney? What is the right answer? Which path should I choose? The end. Alright, and I know Treeborn will be upset about this, but, alright, that's probably a good stopping point for tonight. We finished that case. We left on a little bit of a cliffhanger, but we got tomorrow. So thanks for watching, everyone. Yep. 2 more episodes, and then we'll be taking a little break from this game. What's up, Zarek? Big Fox. Big Fox, is that what you were gonna say? Are you gonna remind me to redeem that code you gave me? Yeah. I'll do my best to remember. I do need to go brush my tail, though. Ah! All Legos today. Take that. Maybe I removed everything but the Legos, huh? You can't prove I didn't. Joke's on you, huh? Ha ha. Alright, anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, that's it for me. I'm gonna go, get some rest. I looked at it! I did! I already looked at it. I already looked at it a little bit ago. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you all have a great night and a great day tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with more chess puzzles and Ace Attorney. Hopefully my brain will not be stupid tomorrow. Hopefully I don't get food poisoning from my stupidity. Hopefully, you know... Hopefully I feel better in general tomorrow. But yeah, so we're gonna go... Should we raid? We can raid Nebu or Shard. You guys want to raid Nebu or Shard? What do you guys like? I don't know what they're playing. Alright, we're gonna have to raid Shard because Nebu is doing some games I don't know is a good idea. Alright, let me copy that and see if that works. Copy? How's it look? Ah, it does work. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna go raid Shard. So again, thank you all very much for joining me. Hope you all have a great night. Sleep well, have good dreams. And hope to see you guys here tomorrow. This is Black Leather Fox. Heading for the raid. That's your raid. We're gonna raid Shard. We're gonna raid the Shard. Shard. We raid. What's up, Zarek? What'd I miss? I'm literally about to raid. What's going on? We're literally raiding. Oh, right. Good call. Right. I can do that. I can type. Alright, there we go. Alright, we raid. We raid. Fox raid. Raiding. Hit the button. So I got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fox raid.